Welcome back, everybody, to Behind the Arc Basketball. Once again, glad to have you guys be a part here on the stream, covering play-by-play of a crucial game number 3 of the Western Conference Finals, as Chris Paul is back for the Phoenix Suns after missing the first 2 games of the series due to health and safety protocols. CP3 is back in the starting lineup tonight, as the Suns are up 2-0 against the Clippers, but the series switches over to the Staples Center here out in LA for game number 3 tonight. It's a massive game, especially more so for the Clippers, as they are trailing in the series 0-2 once again for the third time in the playoffs. First time around against Dallas, down 0-2, came back 1-7. Second time around, down 0-2, came back and won against the Jazz. And we'll see what they can do tonight if they do win game number 3 like they have done in the last 2 playoff series. So welcome in, everybody, for being a part here. Once again, glad to have you guys be a part in the stream. We're going to take a look as we get so many people out in the chat right now. Michael, Shane, quite a bit of Michaels in the stream right now. Jay Ramirez, Arthur, Liza, Randy, Kelly, Goody. Best of luck there with your travels out to Omaha. That is awesome, man. Noel, Travis, I am Daniel. Welcome in early to the stream. Keith, Will, Jose, welcome in. Once again, taking his sons today out in beautiful Arizona for him. Aisha, Malika, Eagle Pack. So many people pouring in. Vegas, what's good here, bud? Dennis on the stream. We got Bradley, Jan King. The Control, welcome in. And hopefully a good game going down tonight between these two teams, as it has been announced Chris Paul will start tonight as he is back once again for the Phoenix Suns. Kawhi once again out for the Clippers due to that sprained right knee, as he'll miss his third straight game of this series. Man, that was a crazy finish to game number 2 in this series. Phoenix won 104-103. Cameron Payne had a terrific game, career high 29 points for Cameron Payne, along with 9 assists, filling in for Chris Paul in game number 2. That's a career high for Cameron Payne. And then DeAndre Ayton, he has been a big-time factor all throughout the series. DeAndre Ayton received the lob over the top to the cut to the basket, off the pass by Jay Crowder, and threw it down with 0.7 of a second remaining for the game-winning basket. That was an unbelievable final ending of the last game. And the final minute and a half took over like a half an hour to complete in game number 2. There were I believe 3 or 4 calls that they had to go to the review monitor in the last minute and a half by the refs to decide the call, and a couple of times it lasted like 15 minutes approximately on some of those calls. Mohammed, welcome in. Joker, welcome to the stream. Giant, Dennis, Augustine, welcome in. Doing pretty well tonight. DeAndre Ayton finding a ton of success in this series. He has been phenomenal, shooting 75.7% from the floor. He is 22 for 29 shooting, and he is averaging in this series a double-double of 22 points per game and 11.5 rebounds per game throughout the first 2 games in this series. The Clippers have 0 answers to stop Phoenix's inside attack. The Suns only made 6 threes in game number 2, but what Phoenix has accomplished inside the paint has been phenomenal. Phoenix is a plus 50 in points in the paint in their favor, 114-64, as they dominated not only the first game, 54-34 in the paint, but also game number 2 outscored the Clippers 60-30 in the paint. Yeah, Vegas puts out here Mass Booker gonna drop 50 tonight for his prediction. Watch out for that. Billy in the stream, welcome in, taking the Suns. Ian, welcome on board, taking the Clippers. Hit me up in the chat who you guys got in this game. I think we're going to tip off in about 12 minutes from now. Usually the ESPN tip-off times are like 15 minutes past the hour or so they're doing still a little bit of their shoot-around right now before we go, so we'll tip off in about 15 minutes from now. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and appreciate everybody for finding my stream tonight. Probably not a Actually thinking about it, maybe I will. We've been doing that. I did that at halftime the first time or so since people are pouring in here, but actually maybe I'll do one before the game starts since we got some time. Here we go. I'm going to release a poll for you guys. So we got a nice pregame poll out there. I believe it has gone in. So we'll wait for it in just a moment. And there we go. It dropped in. So we got a pregame poll for you guys. I'll take it off once this game starts. But since we got about like 10 minutes before tip-off time, we got a nice pregame poll. And feel free to put in the poll who you got here. The question is, who will be the top scorer of tonight's game? Devin Booker, first one listed. Chris Paul, as he is back tonight for Chris Paul. He is available in the starting lineup, in the starting five. Paul George or other. That could be for the other category. No other player listed, like Reggie Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, Terrence Mann. Any other player that's not listed out there. So feel free to put your answer in the poll, as right now we're just in the pregame. 200 plus watching the stream. Appreciate everybody for being a part here. Right now we're just in the pregame. Carry on, welcome back in. Christian, Eric here, welcome in. My prediction, I've got the Clippers today in this one. If the Clippers don't win this game, this is not looking good for LA. Looks like Phoenix is going to have a terrific chance to make it to the finals, going up 3-0 if the Suns pull out this one. So huge game, especially more at stake for the Clippers tonight in this type of game. And it's all going to depend on a couple of big factors here for LA. Number one, they've been carrying these games through with a 3-ball. Made 23s in game number 1, 13 threes in game number 2. And then Paul George, he missed 7 threes in game number 2, whereas he made 7 threes in game 1. And the difference maker in the last game was Paul George missing the 2 shots at the free throw line. Under 10 seconds left remaining, Paul George went to the free throw line shooting 2, missed both of them. And then Bridges got the defensive rebound. Phoenix had a timeout left. And then Phoenix missed the shot. It got tipped out of bounds to the baseline. They got it back, and the rest is history. Crowder, lob over the top to Aiden. And he threw it down for the game winner with 0.7 of a second remaining. So that was the big difference. And also a couple other differences here. If the Clippers do want to win this game, a couple big keys. Terrence Mann has to stay out of foul trouble. He picked up 5 personal fouls in game 2. Only played 19 minutes because of it. As we remember about a week ago, game 6 against Utah, he dropped down a career-high 39 points. And then Marcus Morris, he has been struggling through 2 games in this series for Marcus Morris Sr., 6 for 22 shooting, and he's only scored 13 points through 2 games. But when he gets hot, that's where the Clippers are most lethal, as seen like game number 7 against the Dallas Mavericks, where he made 7 3-point shots in that game and took it on cruise control for the Clippers to outduel Dallas and win the game. So, Marcus Morris, how well he performs has a big impact on not only this game, but this series for Marcus Morris Sr. When Marcus Morris Sr. is shooting 50% or greater in the playoffs, the Clippers have a record of 6-0 in the entire playoffs. When Marcus Morris Sr. is shooting at least 50% or greater from the floor. But when he's shooting the ball 43% or lower from the floor for Marcus Morris Sr., that's where the Clippers have taken a big hit, and that's where the Clippers are only 2-7 when Marcus Morris Sr. struggles shooting from the floor. So that is huge key in this game. Do I think we're going to have a crazy college basketball season next season? Yes, I do think so, because of all the transfers coming in. I don't know what to even predict. I think we're going to have quite a bit of mid-major teams that sneak their way in there to the top 25 that nobody's like even expecting, or so, like a team like Nevada that can be in the top 25, because teams are just picking up transfers left and right from major conferences, and then there's players from power conferences transferring to mid-major schools. So it's been the toughest offseason to track, but I think it's going to be crazy this year. I think we'll see a ton of upsets because of all the players that transferred out and to all the different teams. Vegas going for 55 for D-Book tonight. Yeah, maybe if I have the chance, Jay Ramirez. I'll have to see. What's good, Bill in the stream? Welcome in here. Taking the first half over, 108.5. Best of luck there. Raider Drain on the stream. No Kawhi tonight. Kawhi is out once again today. 350 plus right now as we're just on the pregame here. Hey, what's good, Edgar? Welcome in. Granzino, glad to have you part of the stream. Happy birthday to Renee here, being a part of the channel. Yeah, this is a huge Game 3 for the Clippers. Clippers have won all the Game 3s so far. Freedom Express, welcome in, taking Phoenix by 32. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. We're going to tip off in about 4 minutes from now. So I'll have the play-by-play of tonight's game. Phoenix is the favorite on the road for the Suns. 1-point favorite. Chris Paul is back. Kawhi missing game number 3. Once again, out due to that right ankle sprain. Ant on the stream, welcome in. Trent, thanks so much for finding my channel. Thomas, welcome on board. We got Lucas back on the stream. Thanks so much for being a part here. Hey, glad to have you guys be a part here on the stream. Mimi from Halifax, Prince Morgan, Solo, taking the Suns here. Devin Booker dropping 35. If you haven't done the poll, it's going to close in just a minute or so. Make sure to do the poll. But Devin Booker by far leading that poll right now, as that is our pregame poll. Who will be the top scorer of tonight's game? Devin Booker, Chris Paul, which Chris Paul is starting tonight in place of Cameron Payne. CP3 back in the lineup. Devin Booker wearing that mask. As we saw in the last game, him and Pat Beverly bumped heads around the perimeter, both bleeding. Devin Booker had a gash on his nose. Both got taken to the locker room, and then both came back into the game. And Devin Booker just kept on, once again, taking over in that game. And then the other category that constitutes of other players could be like Reggie Jackson, DeAndre Ayton, any other player not listed that's not named Devin Booker, Chris Paul, or Paul George. Those are the first 3 ones that they listed. Yeah, it's possible, Argomito, that we could see a Devin Booker against Trae Young final. Trae Young was fantastic last night. Oh, man. That was an incredible game by Trae Young, dropping down 48 last night. It's going to start in 2 minutes from now. This game will start. It's usually ESPN tip times start like 15 minutes past the hour for some reason. Wow. That's terrific, Vegas. Jaden Epps coming into a visit to UConn today. That's awesome, man. Yeah, that is huge there. That Herder and Trae, that they filled it with so many offensive weapons, and Trae Young just needs to be respected. And so many people slept on him throughout the season, and he has really proved it. Ken on the stream, welcome in. Taking the Suns here for the Sweet 4-0. Gray, glad to have you back in the stream. We're going to get to tip off in just a minute from now. They keep on doing Kawhi as day-to-day, so they only listed him out tonight for game number 3. But the injury doesn't look good. It looks like a pretty bad injury from what I'm hearing. They shouldn't be hiding that much info, in my opinion. I feel like they're doing that to see if they can get like the Suns a disadvantage for the Clippers, just hiding so much of that info in Kawhi's injury, because it doesn't look good. It doesn't look like he's going to be anywhere remotely close to returning the series if I had to take a prediction. And if somehow the Clippers make it to the finals, I don't even think that he would even go and be ready for the finals from what I've been hearing, how severe the injury has been. Hey, thanks so much, Ken, Lori, happy MT, dude. Glad to have you guys back at the stream once again. My prediction I got for this one's the Clippers. If the Clippers don't win this game, this series is basically over. Because then Phoenix is up 3-0 with Chris Paul, and that's just so much to ask for. I know the Clippers came back down to 0-2 in both the first round and the second rounds, but Phoenix is a different type of team. And by this rate of the playoffs now, the Clippers are going to have to do it without Kawhi. And Phoenix is just... They just look terrific as a unit. They move the ball around so well. Mike on the stream, Boyette, James, Ethan, glad to have you back on here, guys. Hawkeye Nation, welcome in. Wow. Yeah, so I didn't take a look at all those games there, but they announced right before the tip-off the Big East, Big Ten matchups. That's going to be a good matchup then. Wisconsin hosting Providence. All right, I'm going to close the poll. Just to update, Devin Booker won the poll as he has been predicted top scorer 56%. Then Paul George 22%, 15% for Chris Paul, and then I believe around 7% for the other category. So that's what the voting was, as Devin Booker took the poll as the predicted top scorer tonight in game number 3. So now we're going to tip off. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. As Phoenix going right to left in the court. They got the orange uniforms tonight for the Suns. On the road for Phoenix, the Clippers, the black jerseys, white numbers, white letters. Going left to right in the court, and Phoenix controls the tip. Paul, bounce pass to Aiden, floats it up, scores. That is 2. Right off the bat in the paint by the Suns. Chris Paul with assist number 1. Clippers have possession. 25 seconds into the game, handoff Jackson, turns the corner, dumps it out underneath Zubac, puts it up, and he gets contacted. A whistle here, that'll be a personal foul picked by Phoenix. Game clock will stop, 11:32 in the first. Starting 5 tonight looks like this for the Clippers: Reggie Jackson, Pat Beverly, Paul George, Marcus Morris Sr., and Ivica Zubac. For the Phoenix Suns, Chris Paul out on the court along with Devin Booker, Mikal Bridges, Jay Crowder, DeAndre Ayton. Zubac shooting 2 at the line. First shot is up. That's good. So they got the Beverly Zubac lineup in there. DeAndre Ayton was on the other category. Second free throw by Zubac. That is good. 30 seconds into the game, first quarter, Paul will take it past the half-court logo. Top of the key, Paul. Dribbles, jumper, mid-range. It's up, hit the front rim, no good. Zubac comes out with a defensive rebound. Clippers' second possession, Beverly. At the top of the key, open, takes the 3. Off the mark, miss. Aiden snags the defensive rebounds. Gammon, welcome to the stream here. Taking the Suns in 5. Appreciate it for finding my stream. King Power, welcome back. At the top of the key, it's Paul. Gets past Beverly, dribbles. Kick out to the top of the key. Crowder takes the 3. Off the mark, missed. Defensive rebound picked by Zubac. Clippers have possession with George. Dribbles to the free throw circle. George attacks the lane inside. Kick out right corner man. Back to the top of the key. Beverly launches straight away. Splash. That's good by Pat Beverly. First 3 ball drops tonight for the Clippers, as they made 23s in game number 1, 13 threes in game number 2. Number 1 in the NBA this season in three-point shooting. Missed jumper to left elbow, no good by the Suns. Defensive rebound back to the Clippers. Clippers attack, floats it up over the top. Jackson draws the fall, and he's going to go to the free throw line, I believe. There should be 2 coming up. 10:20 left to go in the first, so the clock will stop. Hey, I got you there, Jose. No problem, man. Jacob on the stream, welcome in, taking the Suns for a sweep. So Reggie Jackson will go to the line. 2 shots coming up. It was Mikal Bridges who picked up the personal foul. First shot by Jackson, no good, rattled out. Madolo on the stream, welcome in. Tony, welcome in here. We got Chris back of the stream. Salman, welcome it again. D-Wade back in the chat right now. If you guys are just joining us, we got 10:20 left to go in the first quarter as this game is just underway. And the Clippers up with a 3 made by Pat Beverly. Broke the tie at 2 apiece. Now it's 5-2 LA. Second free throw, good by Jackson. Clippers by 4, 6-2. 700 in the chat. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Paul. Defended 1-on-1 by PG-13. Dribbles up now to the right elbow. Moves it outside. Johnson over to CP3. Paul attacks. Kick out left wing. Catch and fire. Crowder takes the 3. Hits it. Got knocked down. No call. Refs say play on. But Jay Crowder with the first 3 made tonight for the Suns. Clippers have possession. George takes the 3 at the right wing. Off the mark. Beverly comes up with a rebound in the corner. Gives it outside Zubac. Moves it over left wing. Ball into the hands to Jackson. Gets past Booker. Dribbles to the free throw circle. Now back out to the right wing. 4 in a shot clock. Jackson on Crowder. Takes the 3. It's up. And he hits it. That's good. Triple by Reggie Jackson as he's got 4 tonight for the Clippers. Suns move the ball up quick. Left corner 3. Right back with his second triple of the game already. Jay Crowder from the outside. Knocks it down. Left corner triple. That was quick by Phoenix. 9:20 left to go in the first. Having Chris Paul out in the court, being able to facilitate like that and see the wide open man and be able to push it up like that, that is an absolute gift for Phoenix. Right down the lane, Beverly couldn't finish. The tempo is fast so far. Phoenix comes up, had the defensive rebound snatched away from behind by Beverly though. Beverly retains it for the Clippers. Back outside of George. George, 3 in the air over Booker. Hits it. That's good at the right wing. PG-13 lets it sail, lets it fly, and knocks down the 3 ball. 12-8 to score Clippers. Clippers have made 3 3-point shots already, and Phoenix with 2 triples. Out to the left corner, Crowder, pump fake. Bounce pass into traffic looking for Aiden, but George scoops it up with a steal. Here goes the Clippers. Dumps it off. Zubac had an open lane, instead made the extra pass to man. Back out to Jackson. Takes the 3. Rolled around the rim, no good. Crowder with a defensive rebound. 8:20 left to go in the first. Tempo is being pushed by fast so far. Paul takes the jumper, fade away. No good by CP3, and PG-13 comes out with a defensive rebound. Up the court, Booker tapped it out of bounds. It will stay Clippers ball with 8:13. Bino, welcome back in. Addo on the stream. Tony, welcome back in here. We got I Am King. Sonny, glad to have you guys be a part once again. Jumper to left baseline. That's good. Paul George hits it. Great start for LA, firing on all cylinders. Right off the bat. Under 8 minutes left to go in the first. They dump it off to Aiden. Inside the post, puts it up and through. That is good for 2 through the contact, and 1 shot will go down at the free throw line as well by DeAndre Aiden. He's going to shoot the and 1 coming up. Personal foul picked up. It was on Reggie Jackson defending Aiden underneath. Aiden at the line, no good. Defensive rebound picked up by LA. Jackson moves it back outside to Beverly. Beverly passes Zubac at the left elbow. Back out left wing Beverly. Player falls down. That's Paul at the free throw circle. They take a 3. Jackson, it was halfway there. Rattled out. No good. Up the court, Paul over to Aiden. On the break, throws it down with a huge 2-handed jam. Chris Paul with another assist, as that is assist number 3 in the first 5 minutes and 40 seconds through. Right corner 3, off the mark, no good by Beverly. Offensive rebound stays Clippers ball. And now the clock will stop. 7:16 left to go in the first. Chris Paul already with 3 assists total. Wow, what a small world. From Haverhill. For Dennis, welcome to the stream. And Bill from Salem. What a small world. Yo, when we go up to New Hampshire, we go straight through Haverhill and the Plowstow. We take that whole 125 strip all the way up to 16. 7:10 left to go in the first. Clippers will get the ball. They take a three. Got contacted, and this should be shots coming up. Either way, it will be shot to the line. Clippers in the bonus. Personal foul assessed to Jay Crowder. This will be Zubac at the line. First shot is good. Valentino, Franklin, glad to have you guys be a part here. We hit 1K already in the first quarter. Let's go, everyone. Wow. Cannot believe we hit it this fast. Crazy. So many people pouring in for tonight's game. Second free throw is good. Dan back in here. Welcome in. Ricardo, glad to have you back in the stream. Sean Sam, welcome in. 7 minutes left to go in the first. Clippers by 4. Phoenix has possession. Booker, kick out left corner, open three. Johnson hits it. That is good. Oh, the three balls are letting them fly tonight. Phoenix as a team is 3 for 4 from the outside. The Clippers have made 3 threes themselves out of 8 attempts. 6:40 left to go in the first. LA has it. Jackson dribbles up. Jumper at the left elbow. Hits it. That's good by Reggie Jackson. Once again, LA leads by 3, 6.5 in the first. Booker dribbles off the top, lost control of the ball, goes out of bounds to the baseline. That is a turnover by Devin Booker. The clock will stop with 6:26 left to play. Josu on the stream, welcome in. Travis, AK, Harrow, glad to have you guys be a part. Stand up, welcome in. If you're new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. As we're going to go to a timeout. 6:26 left to go first quarter. Clippers up early. 18-15 so far. As we'll take the first timeout of the game. Yeah, so the big key in this series has been Phoenix plus 50 and points in the paint. DeAndre Ayton had a huge two-handed jam early in this game off the assist by Chris Paul. Ayton's got 6 points so far, tied with Crowder as the top scorer. Crowder's got 6 points, making 2 threes. And then Cam Johnson just made a 3. So Phoenix with a terrific start from 3 for 4 from the perimeter after only making 6 in game number 2. For LA, leading scorer Reggie Jackson, 6 points for Reggie so far. PG-13 with 5. 4 points by Zubac, 3 by Beverly. And just a quick update, Chris Paul and Devin Booker yet to score. Both of them got 3 assists each. Hey, thanks so much, AK, for subscribing to my channel. Mr. Winters in the stream, welcome in. Win Big, welcome in here. Probably be the title. That the last title they won with KG, Pearson, Ray Allen. Hey, thanks so much, Dexter, for being a part again. Mega on the stream, welcome in. 6:26 left to go first quarter. If you're new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Right now, we're just in the timeout. If anybody's interested, check out the Behind the Arc Basketball channel merchandise. That link is posted out to the chat. We have some pretty cool stuff out there. Short sleeve shirts, long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillows, stickers. Check that out if you guys would like. And also, pinned to the chat, we have the channel memberships as low as $1.99 per month. It gets you shout-outs for every single one of my live streams. And also gets you special live stream access to non-basketball related games at least once per month. To what could be like an NFL game or a NASCAR race or Major League Baseball game for a couple other special live streams that I've done before. No Kawhi. Kawhi's not playing. He is out once again. Chris Paul started tonight. So CP3 is back as he is on the court for Phoenix. Suns once again 6-0 on a fast break. they're leading that category so far, and that's a big key that we'll have to keep up with. As Phoenix plus 20 game 1, plus 30 in game or 6-0 in points in the paint, plus 20 in game 1, plus 30 in game 2 in points in the paint. Big reason why DeAndre Ayton averaging 22 and 11 do 2 games in the series. Books with Benjamin back at the stream, welcome in. Tracy, welcome in. Mustafa, Lloyd, Selena, glad to have you guys be a part here. Michael John, welcome in. All right, so we are back to action. 18-15, 6:26 left to go in the first. And the Suns will get the inbound underneath their hoop. It's Booker, Crowder, Johnson, Aiden, and Paul, the 5 in the court. Inbound over to Aiden at the right baseline. Moves it out top of the key. Crowder passes, deflected right into the official. It goes out of bounds. The deflection knocked off for the referee. This will stay Phoenix ball. 6 assists on all 6 made field goals from the floor. Terrific start by Phoenix. 3 of those assists by Chris Paul. The other 3 made by Devin Booker. Both have yet to score. Paul off the inbound bounce pass left baseline Booker. Booker backs his way. Into the post kick out. Top of the key. Johnson launches. Missed off the back rim. Offensive rebound. Picked up by Aiden. Spin move. Puts it up. Missed. No good. Rattled out. That was a strong offensive rebound over Zubac. 6 minutes left to go in the first. Zubac back out to Jackson. They move it over to George. George to the left wing. Passes left corner. Jackson takes a 3. Off the back rim miss. Johnson soars up with a defensive rebound. Phoenix possession. 5:45 left to go in the first. The Suns have it with Booker. Booker turns the corner as he will dump it off inside to Aiden. Snatches it. Gets fouled. Or they're going to say no foul. They let him play on. That is good for 2 somehow, some way by DeAndre Ayton. He got bumped by Zubac. It was in an awkward shooting motion. He put it up in the key, and he got it in there with no call. 18-17 to score. 5:20 left to go in the first. George at the right elbow, defended by Booker. Dribbles. Takes the jumper, 15-footer. Off the back rim, defensive rebound picked up by Crowder. Paulo, Entertainment's best on the stream. Welcome in. Glad to have you guys be a part here. Paul with the ball at the edge of the Staples Center logo right wing. Dribbles to the free throw circle. CP3, mid-range, straight away. Off the back rim, no good, and defensive rebound back to LA. Clippers with a possession. Jackson at the right corner. Dribbles inside a key, working on Booker. Mid-range, hits it. That's good by Reggie Jackson. Oh, good question. I'll check into that during one of the timeouts. Mid-range shot, no good by Booker. Defensive rebound picked up by LA. Because I know the payments can be made via US dollar. I know the euro is on there as well. I'll check and see. Crowder is down, and the play will still continue. He is down hard, not getting up around the perimeter. And finally, the clock will stop. 4:19 left to go. Heavy contact on the court as Jay Crowder is down. Crowder defending George. George pump fake. Ooh! Right to the chin of Jay Crowder on his face as well. Paul George got away with a shot fake. Went into a shooting motion and then a late kick out over to Beverly at the top of the key, and he got away with it with no call. Ooh! Big elbow to the mouth there. That's gonna hurt. I remember the last time I did the big ooh was when Nikola Jokic had the incident with Cameron Payne where he got ejected from the game. All right, so we are back to action. 4:15 in the first. Phoenix has it. Cameron Payne now into the game as we speak about him, and he scores right off the bat for 2 with a mid-range floater. 4 minutes now left to go first quarter. Beverly, Zubac, George, Mann, and Marcus Morris Sr. That's the 5 in the court currently for the Clippers. They're up by 1. George takes the 3 off the back rim again. He misses. Defensive rebound picked up by the Suns. Phoenix has possession. Cameron Payne, top of the key. Aiden sets the pick. Payne, dribble drive inside. Shot blocked from behind by Zubac. It goes out of bounds to the baseline. It will stay Phoenix ball with 15 on the shot clock. What's good, GJ, here on the stream? Welcome in, Jalen Greens. Right baseline jumper. No good by Booker off the inbound. Clippers have the ball. Outlet pass. Couldn't get it in time. Beverly dumps it off to George down the lane. Kick out. Tip. Deflected. Back to George. George bounce pass underneath Zubac. As he had it poked away. Goes out of bounds. Smith on the stream. Welcome in once again. Abdul Majid. Glad to have you back in. This game was really picking up early on. It's kind of been a lot of missed buckets lately. Zubac just missed a slam dunk off the inbound pass. As he received it off a cut straight away to the bucket, though, he got fouled. The clock will stop with 3:24. What's good? Warren back in here. If you guys are new to the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Personal foul picked up by Jay Crowder. It will send Zubac to the line. He's got all 4 points at the free throw line. Perfect 4 for 4. Renee, welcome in. First shot, no good. Zubac misses his first one of the game. Ben, Tess, welcome on board, everybody who's new here. If you're just joining us, the top scorer in this game so far for LA, that is Reggie Jackson. He's got 8 points. And for the Phoenix Suns, DeAndre Ayton's got 8 points. Devin Booker already with 4 assists. Chris Paul with 3 assists, but nobody has yet to score between Paul and Booker. They just keep on facilitating. 3:24 left to go in the first. Second free throw. Good by Zubac. 2-point Clippers lead. Suns have the possession. At the left wing perimeter, it's Payne. Payne with a career-high 29 points in the last game. Gives off to Booker. Booker gets open. Takes the 3 straight away. Missed it off the mark. Tried to chase his own rebound, but Zubac underneath picks it up. Outlet pass to man. Moves it back out right wing. George kicks it out right wing 3. Off the mark. Tipped off the glass. Aiden with a defensive rebound. Mark, welcome in. We got Pigment Rich. Dylan, glad to have you guys be a part here in the stream. 2:45 left to go in the first. Booker has it at the left elbow. 10 on the shot clock. Jumper taken deep 2. Booker misses off the mark. Morris picks up the defensive rebounds. Clippers have the ball. George floats it up over to Zubac. Banks it and gets fouled. Zubac will shoot one at the line. The clock will stop with 2.5 remaining. All right, we're going to go on a timeout. They're going to keep the score 21-19, so they won't give the bucket to Zubac. All right, the refs are going to say that it was before the shot, that Zubac received the pass and he was contacted receiving the pass, and he went up in the air and he put it up and in. So they're not going to give the bucket to Zubac. So the score will stay right now, 21-19, as we head to a timeout with 2:30 left to go. So that's a correction in the score, and DeAndre Ayton assessed with a personal foul. As Zubac went up for in the key, put it up. It was up and in, but the foul was picked up before the shot counted. So DeAndre Ayton picks up his second personal foul of the game. Jay Crowder and Mikal Bridges both with 2 personal fouls each as well. And for the Clippers, 2 personal fouls picked up by Reggie Jackson, but that's it. Everybody else playing with no personal fouls for LA. So great start for LA so far. The 3 ball, that's how they've kept themselves in the series, is making threes. They made 3 threes so far today, 1 each by Beverly, Jackson, and George. George made a 3 early on, and then he kept on taking threes, and he kept on missing. Top scores Reggie Jackson, 8 points, 5 points by Paul George, 5 as well by Zubac, all 5 at the free throw line. And for the Suns, currently 8 points by DeAndre Ayton, All 8 inside the paint. 6 points by Jay Crowder. And Devin Booker, Chris Paul, it's rare so far to see Devin Booker and Chris Paul to combine for 0 for 8 shooting from the floor, but tallying to combine for 7 total assists. And that's all the team's assists so far. 4 by Booker and 3 by Paul so far. The big factor in this game, we'll have to keep on watching points in the paint in favor of Phoenix 10-2. Aiden's got 8 of those points, and off the bench, Cameron Payne also got 2 points in the paint coming into the game off the bench. Alright, so I'm trying to see if the site that I have it from does ship. Let's see. Because I know there was a question here about Jamaica a couple minutes ago. Okay, so they've stopped. Okay, so they have stopped the shipping in Jamaica along with Guyana, Haiti. I'm reading all the countries. A lot of them are like Caribbean or South American. Curacao, Costa Rica's on that list that they stopped the shipping for the merchandise. That's unfortunate. Because I wasn't sure myself. Because it goes through a company that I have it from. So we are back to action 23-19. As the Clippers are up by 4. Zubac knocked them both down at the free throw line, and he is 7 for 8 right now at the free throw line. 2 minutes left to go in the first. Phoenix underneath scores. That's good for 2. Once again, Clippers right back. They get another bucket in the post. Pushing tempo again. Phoenix has the ball. Dribbles right baseline. Payne underneath the hoop. Will dribble back outside to the top of the key. Payne working on Zubac. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Dribbles left baseline. Floats it high off the glass. Clippers move it up the court with a rebound. Mann has Kennard off a trail. Instead, Mann will take it a distance for 2 by T-Man to the bucket. LA up by 6, 27-21. Minute and a half left to go in the first. Phoenix has possession. Payne moves it out left wing perimeter. Booker. 10 on the shot clock. Defended by Mann. Whistle and a foul is picked up on a reach-in. Terrence Mann picks up the 3rd personal foul as a team for LA. First personal by Mann tonight. Noel, welcome in from the Philippines. Yeah, let's see. So we got Donald, welcome on the chat here. They had a timeout remaining. They should have taken their timeout for Brooklyn instead of having KD shoot at 3 when they were down by 2. 1:20 left to go in the first. Booker receives the pass, takes the 3 over Batum, missed it off the mark. George with a defensive rebound. Over to Rondo. Rondo at the top of the key. Approaching 1 minute left to go in the first. Back out right wing defended by Aiden. 10 on the shot clock. Rondo moves it out top of the key. Kennard lobs it over the top to Morris. Morris dumps it off to Batum as he puts it up and scores. Up and in off the backboard. Cuts right baseline to the bucket. And the Clippers have their largest lead tonight, up by 8. 45 seconds left to go in the first. Phoenix has possession. Aiden, pump fake, top of the key. Dribbles towards his right, hands it off into the hands to Craig. Craig drops it off inside looking for Aiden. Balls on the ground around the perimeter as bodies collide. No call, and the Clippers will pick up the ball. Phoenix turns it over. Morris to the left wing to George. George will slow it down. 14 on the shot clock. Finds Batum at the right corner. He takes the three but misses. Johnson with a defensive rebound. Shot clock turned off. 15 seconds left to go in the first quarter and counting down. Booker will take it past half court. 5 seconds left to go. Booker defended by Kennard. Now switch, defended by George. Booker, kick out. Right wing three at the horn. It's by Payne. No good off the back iron. And we end the first quarter. The Clippers, what a start by them. 29-21. LA leads at the end of one. Very odd start for Phoenix. Devin Booker and Chris Paul both with 0 points on the board in the first quarter. But the top two assist leaders so far, Booker with 4 assists, 3 assists by CP3 as we close out the end of one. DeAndre Ayton's been a big-time difference maker. Why Phoenix has been in this game in the first quarter. Ayton's got 8 points in the paint. He's got 10 points in the paint now for DeAndre Ayton. All 10 of his points all in the paint. Hey, appreciate it, guys. SVBQZ, welcome to the stream, taking the Clippers at 7. Randy on the stream, welcome in. Yeah, so Devin Booker's out with a face mask because he got taken out of the game in the last game. Had to go to the locker room. Him and Pat Beverly had that whole thing where Pat Beverly and him collided head to head around the perimeter. And both of them had to go out of the game because Devin Booker had a big gash at the top of his nose. What's good? Joseph here from Papua New Guinea in the stream. Welcome in. Ray from Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome back in. All right, so right now we're just at the end of one. Going to be moving on to the second quarter in a little bit. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate for you guys having me back here to cover this game for you guys tonight. Once again, the Suns leading +6 in points in the paint, 12-6 with points in the paint currently. Clippers, though, big takeaway from quarter number one. LA did not turn over the ball a single time. That is huge for the Clippers in quarter number one. So we'll see if that trend does continue. The top scorer for LA, that is Reggie Jackson. He's got 8 points all around. They've got 7 separate scores so far by LA around the board. Jackson with 8, Zubac with all 7 at the free throw line, 5 by Paul George. He's 2 for 6 though from the floor. And then 3 by Pat Beverly. Though Pat's missed 4 shots, 1 for 5 shooting. And then 2 each by Terrence Mann, Nick Batum, and Luke Kennard. Josh, welcome in. Connor, welcome on the channel here. Yeah, we still have a long way to go. So we are back to action, 29-21. From time to time, I cover NFL games, MLB games, NASCAR races from time to time. Majority of the content's basketball games, but a little bit of other sports too. Missed shot, no good. As we're back to action by LA, Phoenix will pick up the defensive rebounds. Jeff on the stream, welcome in here, bud. If you're just joining us, we have 11:30 left to go in the second quarter. 5 in the court currently for LA. Batum, Kennard, Rondo. As the clock will stop with 11:31. This will stay Clippers ball. Marcus Morris Sr. comes in. So Batum, Rondo, Paul George, Luke Kennard, Marcus Morris Sr. That's the 5 in the court currently for LA. 3 at the right corner. Missed shot, no good by Phoenix. LA comes up with a defensive rebound. Phoenix's 5 in the court. They got Booker, Paul, Saric, Craig, Bridges. And the Clippers turn it over for the first time today around the perimeter. Went out of bounds. I don't cover hockey. All the hockey games are on Off the Wall Hockey. That's my best friend's channel. 11 minutes left to go. Booker has the top of the key. Tomorrow I'll be doing Bucks against Hawks game 2. Booker dribbles, dumps it out left corner. Saric back out to Paul. 5 in the shot clock. Moves it over to Booker. Pump fake. Dribbles up. Moves it out right corner. Craig turns the corner. Shot clock winding down. Takes it. Off the back rim. Misses. Gets the offensive rebound by Saric. Paul, 1 dribble. Open 3. Straight away. No good, but a tip-in is good. Mikal Bridges gets it for 2, and Phoenix puts it to a 6-point game. Clippers have possession. 10.5 left to go in the second. George, bounce pass behind his back to Morris. Morris at the top of the key, gives it off to Rondo. His pass deflected. Paul comes up with a steal. Watch out. 4-on-2 for Phoenix. Paul back out. Left corner 3. Booker out on the break. Drills it. Finally, Devin Booker drops down his first bucket of the game. Out on the transition. Second turnover right out of the gate in the second quarter for LA after going perfect with 0 turnovers at quarter number 1. The Clippers turned it over twice in the first minute and 46 seconds. Timeout taken by Ty Lue. 5-0 run for Phoenix in the second quarter as they put themselves winning 3. It's 29-26. What's good? Riley on the stream, welcome in. Marsha, welcome back into the channel. Ai, welcome on board. Not sure about Kawhi's status. It looks pretty severe. I wouldn't be shocked if he just misses the rest of the playoffs, honestly, for Kawhi. It looks like a pretty bad, from what I've been hearing, it seems like a pretty bad injury. What's good? McNuggets returning here with Cormac on the stream. Glad to have you back in here once again. So many people out here. Let's go. Hey, welcome back, Reynaldo, to the stream. Alright, so I just put into a faster slow mode right now because we get a lot of people in. Thanks so much for the 1.2K joining on the stream currently. I cover play-by-play basketball action, NBA games, also college hoops as well when it comes back on in November. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. All 4 of those links, Discord, Twitter, merchandise, and memberships are all posted down in the description below this video. My prediction right now, I've got Clippers against Bucks in the final spot. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if it goes the other way around, and it goes to be Suns against Hawks. What's good, Carl? Welcome in again. Yeah, big group tonight. Welcome in, Jessica. Glad to have you back on the stream. So, Phoenix able to draw themselves winning 3. They were trailing by 8 at the end of the first quarter. But points off of turnovers, that's been a big key for the Suns. And they just got 2 of those right there off of the break. Phoenix also leading points in the paint, 14-6 so far tonight. Off the fast break, they lead it as well, 5-2. Not sure, Jericho, because all the games are at the time that I'm probably going to be at work or so, because Tokyo's a way different time zone than where I am in the U.S. So none of the stuff, they usually air the stuff pre-recorded for past Olympics where I am for most of the stuff. And they don't usually use like a schedule or so. It's tough to know a schedule because they skip around constantly for the Olympic stuff. The Clippers down 0-2 and became the first team in NBA history to win in the first 2 playoff rounds down 0-2. Trying to make it once again 3 in a row. They're up by 3 currently, but Phoenix knocking on the doorstep, part of a 5-0 run in the second quarter. Rondo will inbound it into the hands to George. 6 in the shot clock at the right corner. George working on Craig. Takes the 3. Off the mark, missed. Defensive rebound picked by Saric. After his first make from 3-point range, Paul George is 0 for 4 ever since. 9:40 left to go in the second. Phoenix down by 3. They get the ball. Booker into the key off a double team. Pass deflected. Hustle play at the baseline. George comes up with a steal. Gives it over to Morris past half court. Puts the ball into the hands to Rondo. Rondo at the right wing, defended by Booker. Passes to the top left wing to George. George lobs it off the roll down. Morris, 1 dribble. Defended by Saric and fouled. Marcus Morris will go to the free throw line, shoot 2. Clock will stop with 9:19. Yeah, this chat's all over the world tonight. Let me know out in the chat where you guys are from out here. Got a ton of supporters out here. The Philippines, Jamaica, Bahamas, Guyana, Trinidad, and Tobago. All over the place. So many great people out here. Panama, Mexico, New Zealand. What's good? Devrin on the stream. Welcome in here from New Zealand. First shot, good at the free throw line by Marcus Morris Sr. Graham on the stream, welcome in. Thanks so much for the sub, Donald. Appreciate it, bud. Marcus Morris Sr. off the bench. He's only attempted 1 shot today. When Marcus Morris Sr. is shooting 50% or greater in these playoffs, the LA Clippers have a record of 6-0. When Marcus Morris Sr. is shooting the ball 43% or less, the LA Clippers in this entire playoffs have a record of 2-7. Second free throw is good by Morris. He is currently 0 for 1 from the floor right now. Jumper misfired by Phoenix. Clippers pick up the ball with 9 minutes left to go in the second. Rondo attacks down the lane. Blocked out of bounds by Craig. Denies Rondo. And it goes out of bounds. 9 minutes even remaining. LA will get the inbounds. Devin Booker had 0 points in the first quarter. He hasn't done much so far. He did hit a 3-point shot. So he's got 3 on the board. He's got 4 assists. CP3 with 4 assists, 0 points. Clippers with the ball, top of the key, Jackson. Bounce pass to Morris, backs his way. Morris puts it up mid-range, and he gets called for the offensive foul. Elbow. As he tried to power his way in there to the key. Hey, thanks so much, Patrick, for finding my channel. Appreciate it here, bud. Gab from the Philippines, welcome in. Maurice back at the stream, welcome in. Edgar, welcome back. Phoenix will get the inbound. 8:45 left to go in the second. Suns trailing by 5. Paul moves it over to Johnson. Pump fake, up and under. Puts it up and scores in the key. That's good for 2. Cuts it to a 1-possession game. Clippers have the ball. Jackson dribbles. Back out to the right wing. Moves it over. Goes all the way and sails to the backcourt. That is a backcourt violation. Turnover by LA. So after having 0 turnovers in the first quarter, the Clippers now have been struggling to keep the ball out in front of them. And that's their 3rd turnover in the second quarter. That marks their 3rd turnover in a 3-minute, or the refs will give it back to them, actually. They reversed the call. They had said, Phoenix, okay, initial call, it was a half-court violation by LA. They switched the call saying that Phoenix tipped it to the backcourt. So it's going to be 2 turnovers then. Pass underneath, the Clippers score. Jackson dumps it off, cuts underneath Batum, puts it up and through. And that's good for 2. And after the play was over, the refs have set assess this on Batum being a personal foul. So Chris Paul will head to the free throw line. And that is good by CP3. Hey, thanks so much, Tyrone, for finding my stream here. Baby Goat, welcome back into the stream. Robert, welcome in from Trinidad and Tobago. 8 minutes left to go in the second. That took some sorting out to do, and now Paul will have the ball. Paul takes the three, left wing over Kennard. Hit the rim short, tipped up, defensive rebound. Goes over to LA for Morris in the backcourt. Moves it past half court to Rondo. Back out left wing Jackson. Jackson swings it top of the key to Rondo. Rondo dribbles up, down the lane on Saric. Tried to dump it off into traffic, but deflected and stolen. Phoenix with a 3-on-2. Pass up the court. Johnson underneath as he finds it to his man. And that is good. Up and in by Craig for 2 more for the Suns. Phoenix cuts it to a 2-point game, 33-31. 7:25 left to go before halftime. The Clippers just turned over the ball off that pass in the key. Here goes Morris. Attacks the lane. Spin move. Jumper. Mid-range. No good. Rolled around the rim and out. Defensive rebound picked up by the Suns. CP3 defended at the right wing. Edge of the Staples Center logo. Working on Kennard. Paul dribbles. Pro hop. Dump off. Down the lane. Reverse-handed layup. That is good. And we are tied up at 33. Cameron Johnson with a bucket. 33-33. .640 left to go before halftime. Clippers have possession. Yeah, I'm just gonna unhide him because he was supporting the streams. Let's stay to sports here on the topic though. Pigment Rich. Left corner jumper missed, no good by LA. Phoenix will come up with a defensive rebound. Suns have the possession. It's Paul. He's defended by Batum. Paul at the right wing perimeter. Switch by Kennard now. CP3. Gives it over to Johnson. Back over to Paul. 3 in the shot clock. Back out top of the key. Johnson. Double team. Kick out Paul. Takes the open 3. Missed, no good around the rim. Tipped up and it goes over to Phoenix again in the backcourt. Johnson will pick it up with under 6 left to go remaining. Johnson gives it over to Bridges. Bridges drives down the lane, turnaround mid-range shot as he drills it. That is good by Mikal Bridges. Ray P in the stream, welcome on board. Phoenix breaks the tie as they lead at 35-33, part of a 14-4 second quarter advantage for Phoenix. Mikal Bridges drives on Rondo, turnaround jumper, mid-range shot as he knocks it down. So even with Devin Booker and Chris Paul struggling offensively, Booker's only got 3 points. Chris Paul's got 1 point. This is impressive by the Phoenix Suns. And this is not a good sign for the Clippers. The Clippers have turned it over 4 times alone in the second quarter after having a perfect first quarter with 0 turnovers. Just, this game is more disaster for the Clippers. Because you would think Paul and Booker combining right now to shoot the ball. 1 for 14 total from the floor between CP3 and Devin Booker. 1 for 14 shooting, 31 minutes combined. And only 4 points combining with Devin Booker with 3 points. 1 for 8 shooting. Chris Paul is yet to score, yet to hit a shot. 0 for 6, 0 for 3 from 3. 1 point only at the free throw line by CP3. And Phoenix has retaken the lead. The Clippers can't get anything offensively done because Phoenix has been getting to the ball and forcing turnovers. So top scorer currently for Phoenix, that'll be DeAndre Ayton. He's got 10 points in 12 minutes, 5 for 6 from the floor, and he has just been on a big roll throughout the series. He came into this game shooting the ball 22 for 29 from the floor, shooting over 75% of his shots he is making for DeAndre Ayton. What's good? Number 1 Louisville Cardinals fan here, taking the Clippers to come back in 7. AJ, welcome in with his Suns. We got 5:47 left to go on the timeout. Nick on the stream, welcome in. Huge shot there just made by Bridges before the timeout. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Will Kawhi be playing in game number 4? Most likely no. It looks like a pretty severe injury, though he hasn't been ruled out yet, but they keep on keeping his status day to day, but it sounds like a pretty severe injury. If he wasn't upgraded to questionable today, then he's probably not going to play in game 4. Hey, thanks so much, Curtin, for finding my channel here. Appreciate you guys for being a part of the stream tonight. This is awesome. We have 1.4K in this channel. Let's go, everybody. So, for Phoenix, they are just rocking with points in the paint throughout the series. Phoenix plus 14 tonight in points in the paint. Outdueling the Clippers once again, 22-8. This is Phoenix plus 64 in the playoffs with the points in the paint category. That is just phenomenal. They have no answer to stop DeAndre Ayton. He had an incredible snatch above his head over Zubac, and you can see straight from this game that Ayton is just more physical when he takes on Zubac inside. From the Philippines, EM, welcome to the stream. Renee from Phoenix, welcome on board. Reggie Jackson's got 8 points. He's the number 2 scorer behind Zubac now. Zubac got 9. Jackson at the right wing perimeter. As we're back to action, 5:35 left to go. 4 timeouts remaining for the Clippers. 6 by the Suns. George attacks the lane, puts it up, no good. That is good though, but a tip in. And there's the 9 points by Zubac. As it's a little ahead. 35-35. 5:20 left to go before halftime. Phoenix on the court currently. Chris Paul, Cam Johnson, Jay Crowder, Mikal Bridges, and DeAndre Ayton. Paul moves it over to Bridges. Kick out left corner 3. Crowder off the mark, missed, and defensive rebound picked by Zubac. Zubac, Jackson, George, Kennard, and Beverly, the 5 in the court currently for the Clippers. Attacking the lane, Jackson, and the whistle blows. The clock will stop with 4:57. Foul picked up by Phoenix. Hey, I got you there, Jose. Best of luck with your phone charging at 9%. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton's just been so efficient throughout the series. There's no answer for the Clippers to stop him in the post. Sinette and Wesley, welcome to the stream here. Glad to have you find my channel. Reggie Jackson to the free throw line shooting 2. First shot, no good. He missed it. Yes, welcome in here, Macho Sports. Appreciate it, bud, for finding the stream again. Welcome back in here. 4:57 left to go. Free throw number 2. Jackson hits it, breaks the tie. Clippers by 1. Phoenix has possession. Paul in the backcourt. And the refs will have the Suns take the ball out again. They didn't start the game clock properly. Here we go. Finally, they will start it properly. What's going on? The game clock again is not starting properly. They're going to have to stop time. 4:50 left to go. The game clock just not syncing up with the inbounds. Oh, yeah, Chris Paul hasn't even touched the ball yet. Now his hands are on the ball, and there was a total of 5 seconds that went off. All right, so now we got 4:50 left to go on the clock. Paul has it top of the key. 14 on the shot clock. Paul dribbles as he gets stripped of the ball, but a reach-in fall picked up by L.A. It's assessed to Zubac, and the clock will stop with 4:43. Yeah, things going pretty well here for me. Zubac reaches in, defending CP3. And this will send Paul to the free throw line. First shot is good. Second free throw is good. Phoenix on top now by 1. Clippers have possession, approaching 4.5 left to go. Zubac, top of the free throw circle, hands it off to George, passes left baseline, dribble man. Underneath the hoop, dribbles back out to the right wing. Man defended. Now dribbles right baseline on Paul. Back outside of Beverly, launches a 3 over Aiden. Off the mark, missed. Defensive rebound picked up by Phoenix by Bridges. Suns have the ball. Booker moves it cross court. Bridges dumps it off to Aiden. Bounce pass off the cutter. In the traffic, Crowder picks it up. Takes the right baseline jumper, missed. Outlet pass up ahead. Man will slow it down though at the right corner. 4 minutes left to play before halftime. Jackson dribbles down the lane inside. Floats it up, missed. Tough defense by Aiden. Tipped up in the air, and Crowder comes out with a defensive rebound. Suns have the ball. Under 4 minutes left to go. Phoenix by 1. Paul, mid-range, takes it, hits it. Chris Paul finally on the board. That's good for 2. He's got his first field goal made of the game. Phoenix by 3, 39-36. 3.5 left to go before halftime. Jumper is good by Paul George. Connects for a deep 2. Chris Paul so far with 5 points. 1 for 7 from the floor. Paul moves over to Booker. Booker, Euro step inside, and a whistle blown. Clippers pick up another blocking foul. Clock will stop with 3:13 to play. This will send Devin Booker to the free throw line. Hilarion on the stream, welcome in. Routier, welcome on board. What's good, Tyrone from the Bahamas? Welcome back into the channel here, bud. First shot is good at the line by Booker. Let's go. We got 1.6K in the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Second free throw, that one's good by Booker. Approaching the 3-minute mark left to go before halftime. Clippers have possession with Jackson. Jackson moves it over top of the key. Ball into the hands to George. George dribbles inside, dumps off the Zubac, and he throws it down with a huge two-handed dunk, slicing defenders down the lane. What a pass by PG-13 to set that up in the key to make it happen. Under 3 minutes left to go before halftime. Suns have possession. Paul dribbles mid-range over Zubac. No good. As George snags the rebound. Clippers down by 1. They have possession. At the right wing, George takes it down the lane, puts it up mid-range, hits it, that's good for 2. And the Clippers take it right back with PG-13 back-to-back plays making an impact. Montrezl Harrell is the one there, James, that they had last year. The 6th man of the year from last year. Paul at the right elbow. Paul defended by Beverly. 10 on the shot clock. 2:10 left to go. Paul dribbles. Kicks it out wide. Dribbles to the right baseline. Backward to Paul. Mid-range shot. Takes it. Drills it. That's good by CP3. And Phoenix on top 43-42. Great extra pass to set that up from the right baseline by Mikal Bridges over to Chris Paul as he hits down a mid-range jumper. Minute 45 left to go before halftime. Clippers trailing by 1. They got possession. Top of the key, it's George. He takes the three-point shot straight away. Missed. Tipped off the glass. Zubac offensive rebound. Double team at the baseline. Moves off to George. Fadeaway jumper. Off the back rim, no good. Aiden snags the defensive rebound. That is rebound number 6 tonight for DeAndre Aiden. Minute 25 remaining. Phoenix has possession. Paul dribbles. Floats it up mid-range. Blocked by Zubac. Back over to Paul. Kick out right corner. Fires a 3. It's good by Bridges. And Phoenix leads by 4, 46-42. Great job of the Suns to stay with it somehow, some way. 1 minute left to play before halftime. Clippers have possession. Jackson, defended by Crowder. At the right wing, dribbles. Free throw circle now for Jackson. Bounce pass outside over to George. Towards his right. George turns the corner right down the lane. Kicks it out. Left corner 3. No good. And it will be A turnover by LA. Are they going to say here? They're going to stick. I believe it's going to be. It's going to stay a turnover by LA. Shot clock violation. So it is a shot clock violation. This will be Phoenix basketball with 46 seconds. Nice three right before by Bridges for Phoenix in the last possession. Dante in the stream, welcome in. This has been a terrific game, guys. Let's go, everyone. 1.7K on the stream and growing. Let's go. Paul moves it out top of the key. Booker dribbles up 15-footer. Hits it down straight away. Too good for Devin Booker. Phoenix extends, leads by 6. 7-0 run in last 2 minutes for the Suns. George takes the three. Contacted by Crowder. And the game clock will stop with 32.9 seconds. Hey, thanks so much for being a part on the stream from Florida here. Caleb Ray on the channel. Glad to have you be a part. Brett on the stream, welcome in. If you're just joining us, we have 32.9 seconds left to go. Clippers now on the bonus shooting 2. It's Paul George. First shot, no good. Missed off the back rim. Paul George came into the last game 86% free throw shooter, and he missed both of them in the final 10 seconds. Second free throw, George hits it. He goes 1 for 2. They're going to say it, so they will say it was on the shot. All right, so this will be a third free throw coming up by PG-13. So there will be a third free throw coming up, 1 for 2 this trip. He will shoot a third free throw coming up. So it was on the shot. The foul was picked up by Phoenix. Third free throw, hits it, goes 2 for 3. That trip of the line by George makes his last 2. 4-point game, 48-44, Phoenix with the ball. Final 30 seconds left to go before halftime. It's Paul, Aiden, Booker, Johnson, and Bridges. 5 in the court here for Phoenix with under 20 seconds left to go. Paul, defended by Kennard. At the top of the key, gives it out wide to Johnson. Takes the three, got partially blocked by Batum. 8 seconds left to go. Clippers will have the ball. They bring it up the court. George dribbles, drives down the lane inside, splicing defenders with a huge right-handed jam by PG-13 as the crowd explodes here at the Staples Center. 2.9 seconds remaining. Booker inbounds the ball. Back over to Booker, 3/4 court shot. As it will sail over the backboard, and we go into halftime, and Phoenix leads by 2. What a series between these two teams. All close games so far between Phoenix and LA. Final bucket before the half. Paul George attacks the rim and throws it down straight away with a right-handed jam. That is a momentum booster for the Clippers as they go into halftime trailing by 2. Rough start for LA, especially to start out this second quarter, as they turned it over 4 times in the first 5.5 minutes in the second quarter for the Clippers, as they had 0 turnovers to start off this game into the first quarter. Throughout, they had no turnovers. And for the Clippers currently, they got themselves 4 turnovers, and all 4 of those were in the first 5.5 minutes. Phoenix with 4 turnovers as well. Both teams have been playing great basketball, keeping great control with the ball throughout the majority of this game, besides the start of the second by LA. The Clippers have managed to get to the free throw line a ton. Phoenix is in foul trouble. We're going to go to the foul trouble first. We'll pinpoint the foul trouble before we go into the box score currently. Personal foul trouble for Phoenix looks like this. Jay Crowder with 3 personal fouls at halftime. 2 fouls each picked up by Aiden and Bridges so far for the Suns. And then a personal foul each picked up by Paul, Booker, and Saric for Phoenix. And for the Clippers, they've got 7 personal fouls as a team compared to 10 by Phoenix. Those personal fouls distributed like this for LA. 2 personal fouls each by Jackson and Mann. And then a foul each by Beverly, Morris, and Batum. What's good, John Michael? Mr. Proctor, glad to have you guys be a part on the stream once again. Now we're going to take a look at the box score updates here. Leading the way for the Clippers, it is Paul George. He's got 13 points, though he's only made one 3-point shot, and that was his first shot that he made from the perimeter. After that, he's 0 for 5 from 3, 1 for 6 today from the outside, 5 for 14 shooting by PG-13, but a momentum dunk at the very end, slicing down a lane and throwing it down with a right-handed jam. Zubac got 11 points and 12 rebounds, double-double at halftime, 7 for 8 at the free throw line. For Phoenix, it's a different leading scorer tonight. It is DeAndre Ayton. He's got himself 10 points. Devin Booker's got 7. Chris Paul's got 7. As CP3 was getting red hot, finally finding his stride with his mid-range jumpers in the late second. 7 points as well by Bridges and 7 off the bench by Cam Johnson. What's good, Dakota? Welcome to the stream here. No problem, bud. Hope everything's going well for you, man. Michael John on the stream. Welcome in. Hey, thanks so much, Brett, for being a part here. Yeah, Zubac gets 11 points and 12 rebounds in 16 minutes as he got the start today, and he's playing some significant minutes out there. With the first team in this game. So Zubac tallied in a playoff high 34 minutes in the last game. So Ty Lue is going big more in this series to try to compete with Ayton. And that's where Zubac tallied in a playoff high 34 minutes in game number 2 on Tuesday. He scored 14 points, went 4 for 5 from the floor in game 2. He is averaging 11.5 points per game and 7 rebounds per game through 2 games of the series. And on the season, Zubac was averaging around 9 points per game and just over 7 rebounds per game. What's good, Brian Sono on the stream? NBA Knowledge, welcome in. TS Domain, welcome to the stream. Yeah, DeAndre Ayton had a terrific start. He had all 10 of those in the first quarter. That's correct. 5 for 6 from the floor. Kelly with a dono. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat for Kelly. You the legend, brother. Thanks so much, man. DX Ream, thanks so much for the dono, brother. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome here. If you're new on the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat here. DX Ream taking the Suns. Glad to have you find my channel here, bud. You guys are awesome tonight. Hey, thanks so much, Sanette and Wesley, for finding my stream. Really appreciate it. Everybody, for being a part here. So the big key in this series has been points in the paint, and once again, Phoenix plus 8 points in the paint, 24-16, their way for the Suns. Phoenix throughout this entire playoff series, they are plus 58 with points in the paint. I took the Clippers tonight. This is a huge game, more so for the Clippers. If the Clippers can't win this one, then this series looks like it's going to be over. Now, DeAndre Ayton isn't scared to shoot like Ben Simmons. He's really efficient in the post. He pinpoints his mismatches and goes there because he's had a clear size advantage throughout this playoffs, and he is dominated. DeAndre Ayton throughout this playoff series has been phenomenal, shooting the ball over 75% plus from the floor. Tonight he's 5 for 6 in total in this playoff series. DeAndre Ayton is shooting total in this playoff series. That is 27 for 35 he is shooting. Yeah, they got a new head coach for the Celtics with Ime Udoka now. I like the new head coach. They had spoken highly about him with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart. All three played for Udoka as the assistant coach for 2019 FIBA World Cup team. Yeah, things going pretty well here, Dakota. JMO, thanks so much for being a part of the stream. Luciano, welcome in. Melvin Lee with a dono. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat for Melvin Lee. 0 shots for Ayton in the second half. He hasn't really played much in the second. That's why. So he had all 10 in the second quarter. He had all 10 in the first quarter, but he got into foul trouble. He's got 2 personal fouls right now. Gray, welcome in. Chris, glad to have you be a part here in the stream. Yeah, things going pretty well here. Felix, welcome back in. I'm shocked that Philadelphia is still gonna. I feel like I think they're gonna move on from Ben Simmons, but from what I've been reading, some of the articles, it seems like Philadelphia might actually stay with Ben Simmons, and they might even have to start from scratch with him and have to get him adjusted and shoot with his opposite hand and relearn all over again. Brett with a dono. Thanks so much, brother. Really appreciate it. You guys are awesome here. Let's get that dono hype out in the stream. Yeah, this is a huge game, more so for LA. Being down to 0-2 in the series. And knowing that they've done history twice. I'm a Patriots fan, but I usually cover different types of teams for the NFL from time to time. Majority of the streams are basketball, but from time to time I do cover sometimes NFL games. I like to watch the Patriots games more because I get like a lot more insight watching the entire game. So I'm probably going to do different teams this year. If I do NFL games, I'm probably going to do more of like the Sunday night games or so with different teams on them. Because I like to sit down and watch the Pat games. And because I usually hang out with my family because we all watch the Patriots games together usually. What's good, Hassan? Welcome back onto the stream. Thanks so much, Street Beats in the Track, for being a part here on the channel. Ned's giving that ring to the Suns. This series has been phenomenal. It's going to come down to, once again, who can make the big plays coming late into the game. And this is a big stat to update you guys on, is that the Clippers are only 17% from three-point range. This is a Clippers team that shot the ball 40% or 41% in the regular season. Number one three-point shooting team all this season for LA. And they are just 3 for 17 from the outside. D Wade with a dono. Appreciate it, brother. Let's get that dono hype out in the chat for D Wade. Yeah, glad to have you part in the stream here, Streets Beats in the Track. If you guys are new in the channel, majority of the content I do cover is play-by-play for basketball. From time to time, though, I do cover NFL games, Major League Baseball games, NASCAR races, a couple other sports for special live streams. At least once per month, I usually cover from time to time here on the stream. I'll be back tomorrow night covering the Hawks against Bucks, game number 2. You guys are welcome to join in tomorrow night. I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl with my family this year because I always watch the Super Bowl and I covered it 2 years ago, but I missed so much because everybody's streaming the Super Bowl and it barely got like any people. That's the only thing. So I'm gonna watch the Super Bowl this year again. Because when I cover these games, I have to have the volume all the way down. So when I cover the Super Bowl, I miss out on everything as far as like hearing the audio to this stuff. Because I'm not able to hear like the halftime show, not really able to hear all the commercials. I won't be able to watch F1 tomorrow. I'm at work tomorrow. Usually they do those races when usually those races mostly are international. I'm from the U.S., because a lot of those races are odd times. I never really grew into F1. over where I am. I'm from U.S. in Massachusetts, where I'm from. If you guys didn't know, I'm actually a Celtics fan. Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox, Bruins from Massachusetts, just around an hour south of Boston. Yeah, NASCAR is the bigger racing sport over here. Hey, thanks so much, Street Beats on the Track, for finding my stream here, bud. Drake on the stream, welcome in. What do I do for work? I work as a production director in radio, doing all the commercials at the radio station. I do voiceover work, too, at the radio station. Yeah, they might put it on ESPN for F1. I think it usually gets aired, like, in the morning, though. They usually put that on the weekend, I feel like. Carl, born in Pawtucket. What a small world. I was born in Providence there, Carl. Thanks so much, Brett. Actually, I was almost not born. I was put in an isolette for 3 months. I was born 1 pound 13 ounces, believe it or not. Fun fact. And I was kept in a hospital for quite a while. I was born premature. I predicted the Clippers by 2 tonight. Final score prediction for me was 113 to 111. If the Clippers don't take this game, it's going to be a tough road ever since this. Because this looks like it's going to be Phoenix's series to take. It's impossible to come back 0-3. Yeah, I beat the odds here, bud. From the Philippines, Miguelito on the stream. I can only cover play-by-play, only can't show the actual game due to copyright. So it says it on the top in red. Vegas has a similar score to mine. He's going Suns by 6, though. My name is Sal. S-A-L, if you guys are new. Yeah, it's good to be around. Thank goodness. From Indonesia, welcome in NBA knowledge on here. Tarish in the stream, welcome back on board. What's good? Tony on the channel, welcome in. Right now we're just at halftime, 48-46 the score. Phoenix Suns leading, even though Devin Booker and Chris Paul took a while to get settled into this game, and they've missed 8 shots. They missed more shots than they have points on the board. 2 for 10 shooting each by Booker and Paul, and they've scored 7 points each in 20 minutes. Chris Paul's got 8 assists. Phoenix leads the assist totals tonight in favor of the Suns, 15-8. Not many turnovers, just 4 turnovers each. What's good? Nate G back in the stream again. Yeah, great question, Mr. Proctor. I'm going to go tonight for the Clippers to make second half adjustments. As here we go, we're going to get back into it. The big thing for the Clippers is they were held to 17% from 3-point range. They're not usually that type of 3-point team. They usually are able to move the ball around much better. So I think we're going to see a lot more better ball movement from the Clippers to open up the floor in the second half. As here we go, we are back to action, and the Clippers right off the gate as they attack the lane, put in a turnaround jumper, and they score. That is good by Terrence Mann. So they go to Terrence Mann to start off the third quarter. Phoenix with their first possession. Dumps it off inside Aiden. Back out to the left wing, it's Booker. Booker, Aiden, Crowder, Paul, and Bridges. 5 in the court currently for the Suns. Booker at the left baseline. Jumper. He takes it, makes it. That is good for 2. Devin Booker's got 9. Suns on top, 50-48. Quick pass up the court. Mann powers his way underneath the bucket. Pump fake on Bridges. Passes back out to the top. Zubac swings it out. Left wing 3 in the air. Jackson. Off the back rim, no good. Defensive rebound picked up by the Suns. 10:50 in the third, up the court again. It's into the hands here of Bridges. Turns the corner, dribbles on George. Passes into the hands to Aiden. Jumper and hits it. That's good. 15-footer goes down by DeAndre Aiden and gets the Suns up by 4. Aiden having a terrific game. Top scorer tonight. He's got 12 points. Right back, the Clippers will take a deep 2 jumper and they drill it. That is good. 10:20 remaining in the third. Phoenix has possession. Paul at the top of the key, defended by Man 101. 10 on the shot clock. Gives that left baseline. Bridges dribbles into the key, puts up the jumper. He hits that one. That is good by Mikal Bridges and 1. Gonna go to the free throw line. Reggie Jackson picks up the personal foul. And that is personal foul number 3 tonight by Reggie Jackson. And that free throw is good. Well, yeah, that is true right there. Truth-seeking with the absolute truth, actually. 10 minutes left to go in the third. Right baseline. It's Man. Underneath the hoop. Powers his way and scores. Up and off the backboard. Terrence Mann with 2 buckets right at the start of this third quarter. Phoenix by 3 with a possession. Booker dribbles. Floats it over to Aiden. Mid-range jumper over Zubac. No good. Rolled around the rim and out. Man with the defensive rebounds. Here goes Man up the court. Attacks the lane. Gets to the go. That is good. Pass Aiden to the bucket with the right hand. What a bucket there by Terrence Mann. Going straight coast to coast down the floor. Kawhi has been listed day to day. But the injury sounds significant. I think that he's most likely going to be out for this series. And probably not. If the Clippers do somehow advance, I think that he's probably going to be out for the finals as well. Missed jumper to right elbow. No good for LA. Phoenix has the ball. 9 minutes left to go in the third. Paul dribbles past Man. Now takes a fadeaway jumper. Mid-range shot, no good. Off the front rim, George comes out with a defensive rebounds. George lobs over to Zubac off the glass. Man gets it back, scores. That is good for 2 more by Terrence Mann. 56-55. Clippers on top with 8:48 left to go in the third quarter as the clock will stop. I believe ESPN has the wrong score where I am. Zubac missed the dunk. Man, right place, right time. Picks it up and scores. Up and through for 2. This should be 56-55 the score. I'll update you guys coming up. I'm going to double check into that. Yeah, it should be 56-55. I don't know why ESPN took the Suns down to 53. What's good, Ian, back of the stream. Stacy, glad to have you be a part here once again. Mike on the stream, welcome in. Zubac in the last possession misses the slam dunk. Right place, right time. Terrence Mann. And now he's got 10 points for Terrence Mann. Right out of the gate in the third quarter, he makes an instant impact. Terrence Mann, 1 bucket, 20 seconds into the game. Terrence Mann, 2nd bucket. 1 minute into the game. Terrence Mann has a 3rd bucket. 1 minute 24 seconds into the game. Terrence Mann has a 4th bucket. Just over the 2-minute mark into the third. So Terrence Mann has made 4 shots from the floor. He's got 8 points in this third quarter. Right out of the gate. Ty Lue starts him in the third. And T-Man makes an instant impact. Ace Tan on the stream, welcome in. And Terrence Mann is taking it to the rim. And this is not an easy task at all. going up against DeAndre Ayton inside, and one of those shots, the third shot I believe that he hit, that was a tough one. It was over Ayton off the top of the glass and went in. So Paul George leads the way. He's got 15 points. Zubac with 11, and now Mann in double figures with 10 points. For Phoenix, the top scorer, 12 points by DeAndre Ayton, 10 by Mikal Bridges. And Chris Paul is 2 for 11 shooting. Devin Booker is 2 for 10. What's good, Paul, Bruce, Mitty, Ray? Glad to have you guys be a part of the stream. Bora, welcome in here. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Let me know out in the chat who you got in this game, Suns or Clippers. As right now we're in the timeout, 8:48 left to go, third quarter. Brandon, welcome in from Indiana. Glad to have you guys join the stream. Zubac got 11 currently. So George, Zubac, and Mann all in double figures. With George leading the way with 15 points. Zubac 11 points and 12 rebounds. Mann with 10. Darrell from Indonesia for NBA Knowledge. Thanks so much for joining the stream today, finding my channel. We are back to action. 8:40 and counting down in the third. Paul will have the ball. Paul, Ayton, Bridges, Crowder, and Booker. 5 in the court for the Suns. Ayton moves it out top of the key into the hands to Crowder. Ayton dumps it out right corner. 3 in the air. Bridges missed off the mark. Offensive rebound, but lost it at the baseline. And that is last touch by Ayton, as the Clippers will have it back. All right, so it is 53. Okay, so I double-checked on it right there. Huh. Okay, so they erased the bucket. As we went into the timeout, they erased the bucket off the board for Phoenix. 8:13 left to go in the third. Very odd. Clippers just turned it over up the court. Phoenix will have the ball back. 8 minutes left to go in the third. Paul, defended by Mann, turns the corner. Floats it over the top. Get that out of there. Looking for the roll down by Ayton, but Zubac read it and tipped it away from him, and the Clippers come up with a steal. Jackson floats it up, scores. That's good at the left baseline. And the Clippers by 5. 58-53. 7:40 left to go in the third. Phoenix loses control of the ball again. And this will be Clippers' possession, as the clock will stop with 7:37. Yeah, Payne's not out of the game. He hasn't played much today because Chris Paul's back. Payne's played only 4 minutes so far tonight. Jackson receives the handoff. Dribbles down the lane. Back outside, he'll move the ball into the hands of Beverly at the right wing. Beverly back out to Jackson. Jackson defended by Paul. Jackson inside, floats it up, count it. That is good for 2. Some way, somehow, gets into the key and scores. 60-53. Reggie Jackson to the basket. Approaching 7 minutes left to go in the third. Paul back outside. Bridges at the left wing. Dumps it off to Ayton. Ayton backs his way in the post on Zubac. Fires the pass over to Paul. 5 in the shot clock. Chris Paul, 1-on-1. Takes the 3 over Jackson. Sinks it. That's good by CP3. What a game we have here. Chris Paul knocking down his first triple of the game. 4-point game. Clippers have possession. Mann bumped by Booker. Refs will blow the whistle. Personal foul on Booker will be assessed to. Devin Booker picks up his third personal foul. Clock will stop with 6:29. Yeah, Cameron Payne had a career-high 29 last game. He was terrific. He was getting to the rim multiple times. Handoff into the hands to George. George dribbles on Crowder. Pro hop at the key. Puts it up, scores. That's good by Paul George. Clippers by 6, 62-56. 6:25 remaining and counting down in the third. Paul Back over to Booker. Floats it up off the back rim. Gets his own rebound. Kicks out right corner Bridges. Shot fake. Dribbles to the right elbow. Dumps it off to Aiden. Turnaround jumper. No good. Too strong off the back rim. Defensive rebound picked up for LA. Paul George moves a no-look pass outside to Beverly. Beverly, right baseline dribble on Booker. And that will be another whistle blown, assessed to Devin Booker with his second personal foul of the third quarter and his fourth personal foul of the game. Cameron Johnson is going to get ready to check into this game as Devin Booker now is in severe foul trouble. 6 minutes remaining, and Booker cannot believe the call on the court. Reggie Jackson's got 13 points. The Clippers got as a team 4 players in double figures, 17 by George, 13 by Jackson, 11 by Zubac along with 12 rebounds, and 10 by Terrence Mann. I'd probably take the Bucks right now for early Super Bowl prediction again. Never bet against Tom Brady. I'm going to say Aaron Rodgers to the Broncos. 6 minutes left to go in the third. Zubac gives it out left corner perimeter over to George, working on Crowder. Cam Johnson now into the game in place of Booker. They dump it off to Zubac. Oh my goodness. Throws it down with a thunderous two-handed dunk by Zubac. LA by 8, 64-56, 5:35 left to go in the third. Crowder, top of the key, gives it off to Paul. Paul defended by George at the top. Aiden sets the pick. Paul gets past him. Dribbles, jumper, mid-range. Paul, no good, hit the front rim. Defensive rebound picked by Terrence Mann. 3-on-2, pushing tempo. Mann floats it up over the top. Zubac grabs it, deflected out of bounds from behind. Wrestle call, another Phoenix foul though from behind is picked up by Jay Crowder. The game clock will stop with 5:17 left to go in the third as the crowd roars at the Staples Center. This is as alive as a crowd has ever been in the Staples Center in the history of the Clippers organization. 2 shots coming up at the line by Zubac. He is doing a terrific job getting to the charity stripe tonight. This will be his 5th trip to the free throw line, where he's shooting the ball 7 for 8. First shot is good by Zubac. So Paul George is struggling offensively coming back in this game. He has missed 10 shots. He's got 10, for Chris Paul. Chris Paul has been struggling offensively, missing 10 shots and got 10 points for CP3. He's got 9 assists, though. The top passing leader. 9 assists out of 17 for Phoenix. Second free throw is good by Zubac. Phoenix up the court. Personal foul picked up again. I believe it's assessed to the Clippers. The clock will stop with 5:03. Yes, it's a full stadium out here in the Staples Center. Cocoy's in the stream. Welcome in. That is right. AJ, I haven't heard that commercial in a while. All right, the refs took a look at this one. It will be a force ball tie-up between Phoenix and LA. It will be jump ball at the Phoenix free throw circle. Johnson will go up for it with Reggie Jackson. The ball tipped up in the air, controlled by Zubac of the Clippers. 5 minutes left to go. Clippers by 10. They got possession. Poked loose around the perimeter. Paul touched it last. Welcome back in. We got the Rock in the stream again. Reggie Jackson will be the inbound passer. Under 5 minutes left to go in the third. He gives it out to the left wing. George takes the 3, sinks it. That is good by PG-13. And the Clippers lead by 13. Their largest lead tonight, 69-56. Phoenix is stuck in this third quarter. LA outscoring the Suns 23-8 in the third quarter. The Clippers, once they start hitting their shots, they can go on a big-time run just like that. It is quick. And Phoenix turns it over. Double dribble by the Suns. This will go back to LA with a 13-point lead. 4.5 left to go in the third quarter. The Clippers are only 4 for 20 from the perimeter. They have been taking it to the basket in the second half, making 10 out of 13 shot attempts in the third quarter. 3-point shot by George. Missed off the back rim. Phoenix with a rebound. Suns have the ball. Top of the key, dribbles up. Down the lane, Bridges. Too high off the glass, tipped up by Aiden. It goes right back over to Bridges. He's outside. Moves it out top of the key. Crowder back into the hands of Etuan Moore now into the game first time today. Moore turns the corner. At the left elbow, now dribbles inside. A lot of dribbling, floats it up, no good off the back rim. Paul George with a defensive rebound. Under 4 minutes left to go in the third. Pass up ahead, and the Clippers turn it over. If you're new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much for being a part here, everybody in the channel tonight. Really appreciate you guys for finding my stream. Devin Booker about to check back into this game as he is playing with 4 personal fouls. The Phoenix Suns in severe foul trouble with Booker's 4, Jay Crowder's got 3, and then 2 personal fouls each by Bridges, Aiden, and Paul. Under 4 minutes left to go in the third. Booker back into the game has only scored 7 points, 2 for 12 tonight. Booker looking to pass it out. Dumps it inside and right to Morris as he turns it over. Down the lane, George. Missed the layup, no good. Offensive rebound, man. Right place, right time again. Puts it back up and in. Off the backboard, Terrence Mann with another bucket in the third quarter. The Clippers taking over. Getting to the bucket. As Phoenix jacks up another 3, they miss no good, top of the key. LA with a possession. George, Euro step, floats it up, no good. Aiden with a defensive rebound. Phoenix moves it cross court before a whistle here will be called. Clock will stop with 3:05. What's good, Charles in the stream? Welcome in. Yeah, we got 2 pause on the game right here. So I'll vary it up and do it. I'll do it CP3. I've been doing it by Paul George by his full name usually, or George. 21-3 by the Clippers since in the last 7 minutes and 11 seconds. The Clippers are on a 21-3 run, outgaining the Suns in the third quarter 25-10. And they've been doing it, taking it to the rim. Attacking this time. That is good by Booker with a left hand, finishes with a layup. Connor, welcome to the stream. If you're just joining us, Clippers have made 11 shots of the 15 attempts in the third quarter. 2:45 left to go in the third. Missed jumper, hit the front rim, no good by George. Defensive rebound picked up for the Suns. They move it outside. Booker passes left baseline dribble. Craig floats it up, no good. Out to the corner. And Torrey Craig draws the foul. Craig will shoot 2 coming up at the free throw line. Before that, we'll head to a timeout. 71-58, Clippers at the Staples Center have taken full control of this game tonight with 2:37 left to go in the third. LA leads it by 13 as we'll take a timeout here. Hey, thanks so much, Dan, for being a part on the channel here. Yeah, I actually work at a radio station as my full-time job. I work in production, doing all the commercial work, and voiceover for commercial work, too. I do. What has happened in this game, the Phoenix Suns have gone stone cold and have been jacking up deeper shots, low percentage shots, and missing. And the LA Clippers are taking it to the rim. And that is where they've been able to knock down constant 2s after constant 2s. So, some of them have been second chance points too. Terrence Mann with a couple of those second chance points buckets that he has had. And Terrence Mann making a major impact as he has got 12 points currently by Mann. And he has made 5 shots so far in this third quarter. So Terrence Mann with 12 points, 6 for 8 from the floor in 24 minutes. LA's got 4 out of their 5 starters in double figures, leading the way. Paul George, 20 points, 15 points, 13 rebounds. by Zubac. He is making an impact tonight. Reggie Jackson with 13 points. And Terrence Mann with 12. For the Suns, leading the way, it is DeAndre Ayton with 12 points. He had the first 10 of his points in the first quarter. 10 points each by Bridges and CP3, though Chris Paul is only 3 for 13 from the floor. And the defense has been hanging in there tough tonight for LA. We haven't seen that ball movement that we saw Phoenix through the first 2 games in the series, that they were moving the basketball really well throughout the court. Haven't seen that much today from it. Yeah, Zubac's getting to the free throw line. He's 9 for 10 today at the charity stripe. That is huge for LA. In a game that both of these teams are shooting the ball, Clippers are 44% from the floor, and Phoenix is only 38% today. Greg in the stream, welcome in. What's good, Alan Nash, welcome in. Christian Payne hasn't played in a while. He's only played 4 minutes tonight. More Miles, welcome in again. Right now we're just in a timeout. 2:37 left to go, third quarter. Alright, so I just got the update from Cameron Payne. And Cameron Payne will not return to this game due to a left ankle injury. So that's the reason why he's not playing. He only played 4 minutes tonight. So Cameron Payne has been officially rolled out tonight due to a left ankle injury. That's tough. The Suns are so lucky that CP3 is back. Because if this was Game 3 and CP3 wasn't back, that would be a disaster. That would be Etuan Moore, who would be the point guard if CP3 wasn't back today. So we are back to action, 71-60. Both of the shots good at the free throw line. Right out of the timeout by Phoenix, they knock them both down by Torrey Craig at the charity stripe. Clippers missed a shot inside as Phoenix has the ball. 2:15 left to go. Johnson launches from the left corner and drills it. That's a 3-ball. And puts it back to single digits. 7-0 run now by Phoenix in the last minute and a half. Clippers have the possession. Batum bounce pass left wing, 3 in the air. Morris hits it. That is good by Marcus Morris Sr. And once again, LA up by double digits by 11. 1:50 left to go in the third quarter. Booker over to Saric. On the court to 5 for the Suns. Booker, Saric, Etuan Moore, Torrey Craig, and Cameron Johnson. Missed shot in the post, no good by Saric. Defensive rebound picked up by LA. Clippers now with the ball. George swings it cross court to the left wing. Morris back over to Batum. Dribble drive down the lane. Kick out. Right corner man. Back over to George. Takes the 3. Rattled out. No good. Tipped off the glass. Fight for the rebound. Saric comes down with a defensive rebound. Minute 20 left to go. Suns with the ball down by 11. Booker at the right wing, defended by Man 101. Dribbles, drives, down the lane, floats it up mid-range. No good, hit the front rim, but got contacted and fouled. 2 free throws coming up at the charity stripe by Devin Booker. Booker really struggling so far tonight, as he has been held to just 9 total points. First shot is good at the line by Booker. Second shot is good. Phoenix is leading the series 2-0. 1:05 left to go in the third. This is game 3. Phoenix up 2-0. George gives it over to Man. Man floats it up, or he passes back out. Now Morris, shot fake over to Kennard. Open 3 at the left wing, no good. Had a terrific look and couldn't finish it. Phoenix down by 9, comes up with a defensive rebound. Booker, pass over to Paul, touch pass right corner, Johnson back outside, Paul over to Booker, takes the 3 straight away, couldn't hit it though. Offensive rebound, Saric had it stripped away. Pass up the court, George found the wrong player. Booker comes up with a steal. Kick out left corner, open 3, Johnson again. No good, couldn't get it. Tipped around to the key, fight for the rebound. Phoenix shovels it underneath to Booker and scores. That is good, somehow, some way. The Suns able to get something on the board right there and puts it back to a 7-point game. 25 seconds left to go in the third. Clippers up 74-67. Morris inbounds the backcourt to George. 2-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Clippers with a possession. Edge of the logo. It is Paul George. He's defended by Craig. 10 on the shot clock. George towards the right wing perimeter. Attacks the lane. Kick out left corner. Open 3. Kennard. Got it! As that is good by Luke Kennard for the triple. What a 3-point shot right there by Kennard. Taking it up the court, that will be a personal foul assessed to the Clippers. It will send Cam Johnson to the free throw line shooting 2. 1.1 second left to go. What a kick out. Just a moment ago, it was Paul George underneath the hoop, swung it over to the left corner, wide open 3. And Luke Kennard took it and made it. I don't know when Kawhi will be back. Probably, it doesn't look too likely, though. First shot is good by Cameron Johnson. Thanks so much, Win Big, for being a part of the stream again. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Appreciate you guys for finding my stream tonight. Paul George, he's the top scorer tonight. He's got 20 points along with 11 rebounds, even though he's missed 15 shots. Second shot's good by Cameron Johnson. 8-point game. Clippers will take a 3. Oh my goodness! And they hit it as they will count it. On the shot, it is good by PG-13. Unreal. Paul George at the far side at the half-court timeline. Launches and drills it over Cameron Johnson. You gotta be kidding me. Paul George sinks it down from half court. Unbelievable. Wow. Paul George with a dunk to close out the second quarter to bring it to a 2-point game at halftime. Paul George to close out the third quarter with a half-court buzzer beater. Oh my goodness. PG-13 leading the way, 23 points for LA as we end the third quarter. Moving on for the fourth coming up after the break. That was so quick. That was quick off the inbound. Caught the Phoenix defense off guard completely. These Clippers gonna go down as one of the most oddest, most frustrating teams in history. How they start off a series and they adjust like this. Ty Lue throughout his career has been down 0-2 4 times and come back and won. 2 of those in this playoffs. How the Clippers are winning this game is not their traditional way to win the game. The Clippers are only 28% from three-point range. This is the number 1 three-point shooting team in the entire NBA. And they pulled away in this third quarter 34-21 in advantage of LA because they were taking it to the basket. And Terrence Mann was a big reason why. He set the tone to start out this third quarter. Terrence Mann had a couple of second chance point putbacks that he got underneath the hoop. And for the Clippers, they got 4 players in double figures. Paul George, top scorer, 23 points, 11 rebounds. 15 points by Zubac, going to the free throw line on 5 separate trips where he's 9 for 10 at the charity stripe. 13 points by Reggie Jackson, and 12 points by Terrence Mann. The most efficient on the team currently is he is 6 for 8 from the floor by Terrence Mann. For the Phoenix Suns, they got 5 players in double figures, though an off game tonight by Devin Booker and Chris Paul. Booker and CP3 combining to shoot the ball just 7 for 28 from the floor. Booker's got 13 points, 4 for 15 shooting, 1 for 6 from 3, where Chris Paul is only got 10 points, 3 for 13 from the floor. Yet Booker's the top scorer, and 12 off the bench by Cameron Johnson, 12 as well for DeAndre Ayton, but hasn't really received many touches here in that third quarter. He started out with a bucket early in the third, but DeAndre Ayton hasn't really been part of the offensive game plan lately. Points in the paint. Phoenix was leading by 14 points at halftime with points in the paint in that category. Now it's the Clippers who have reversed it in their favor. Plus 18 for the favor in the third quarter alone by the Clippers, as the Clippers are outgaining the Suns points in the paint 34-30. The big difference in the third, the Clippers taking it to the rim. That's impressive how you can flip the switch just like that. Minus 14 points in the paint for LA. And then you take it to the rim. Look what you do with your 2-point shots like they did against Dallas in game number 3, where they were trailing 30-11. And then they won by double digits because in the second quarter beyond, they were shooting the ball 70% plus from 2-point range. They just took it constantly to the rim. And this is what they've done today. Wow. Montreal just beat Vegas, so the Canadiens are going to go on to the Stanley Cup Finals. Unbelievable. We are back to action. Phoenix down by 11. Bursts the speed up the court. Booker dumps it out to the left corner. Johnson grabs it, gives it out to Craig. Booker, Johnson, Craig, Paul, and Saric. 5 in the court to start out the fort for Phoenix. Jumper. No good off the mark. No good by Johnson. Clippers with the ball. George, Mann, Morris, Kennard, and Batum. The 5 in the court for the Clippers. Batum hands it off right corner 3. Kennard takes the 3 and he gets knocked down. Luke Kennard makes it at the right corner. Count it and 1. Coming up at the free throw line. Oh my goodness. Nick Batum gives it out right corner. And Saric just too late and knocks down Luke Kennard as he takes the 3 at the right corner, makes it, and gets fouled right in front of the Clippers bench. ZZ in the stream, welcome in. Appreciate you guys for being a part here. Nick, welcome in the stream. Free throw is good. 4-point play, complete by Luke Kennard. Clippers by 15. It is their largest lead of the game with 11:25 remaining. Suns have possession at the left wing perimeter. This series is on. Pass underneath to Saric. You gotta finish that, Saric. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You had a wide open hoop underneath and you decide to make the extra pass to the left baseline. Inside they feed Saric and finally he scores. 84-71. 11 minutes even left to go in the fourth. Clippers have possession. George dumps it out. Spin move, man. Moves it out to Morris. Turns the corner. Kick out right wing. George dribbles down the lane. Back outside to Kennard. Kennard moves it over to Mann. Left corner, 5 in the shot clock. Kennard backs his way. Paul on the ground for CP3. The clock will stop with 10:46 and the refs will blow the whistle and say that this will be a reach and foul picked up by Chris Paul. It will stick with the Clippers ball with a new 14 in the shot clock. $10:45 left to go. Clippers will get the inbound. Paul George dribbles at the right wing, working on Crowder, takes it down the lane. Kick out left corner, Kennard. Back out to Morris. Jacks up the 3 at the left wing. Splash! That is good by Marcus Morris Sr. And the Clippers are leading by 16. 10:25 in the fourth. Pass underneath will be a reach and foul picked up for LA. It's by Batum. Clock will stop. Marcus Morris Sr., 50% shooting from the floor. When he is shooting the ball 50% plus in the playoffs, the Clippers are 6-0 in the playoffs when Marcus Morris Sr. is shooting 50% or greater. When Marcus Morris Sr. is shooting the ball 43% or less, the Clippers are 2-7 in the playoffs. And here goes the Clippers with a block. George, 1 man a beat with a Euro step as he gets fouled from behind by Crowder. And PG-13 will head to the free throw line, shoot 2. Uncharacteristic Phoenix turnover inside the key just moments ago, and that is turnover number 9 for the Suns. Paul George will shoot 2. We almost got 2K in the stream. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, everybody. And appreciate you guys for being a part here. Agadorn, welcome to the stream. First shot is good by Paul George. George, the top scorer throughout this game tonight. He has got himself 23 points, along with 13 rebounds and 5 assists. Free throw number 2 by Paul George. That one is right down the middle. Make it 24 for PG-13. 89-71 with 10:10 left to go in the fourth. Paul floats it up over the top off the roll down. Aiden puts it down for the two-handed jam. So DeAndre Aiden finally gets his second bucket in the second half and his first bucket in the fourth quarter. Under 10 minutes left to go. Clippers lost the ball. George gets it back, moves it out to Morris. Back out left wing. Deep 3, Kennard launches. Rattled out, no good as Crowder picks up the defensive rebounds. Suns will have the ball. Paul will take a 3. Knock down, no call, but he gets it. There was a no call that benefited Luke Kennard. Kennard was the one defending. And Chris Paul took the 3 and knocked it down. 9.5 left to go in the fourth. George backs his way on Booker. He gets stripped of the basketball. No call. Refs say play on. Phoenix comes up with a steal in the key. Here goes the Suns with Paul. Paul at the top, defended by Kennard. 9-10 approaching the mark. Paul one-on-one. Dribbles, drives, down the lane, pro hop, puts it up, no good, hit the rim short. Offensive rebound to Aiden, bounce pass to Johnson. Moves it out to Booker at the top. Booker attacks the lane, floats it up off the back rim twice, no good, but a tip-in is good by DeAndre Aiden. Phoenix draws win in 11. Under 9 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Alessandro, welcome in. Braden, what's good? Diana, welcome onto the stream. Timeout taken on the floor by Ty Lue. 8:50 remaining in the fourth quarter as the Clippers are up by 11, 89-78. What's good, Andrea? Welcome back in. Thanks so much, Regina, for being a part of the channel once again. Jason, welcome to the channel here, bud. Just trying to get caught up in the chat right now. We're on the timeout. We're going to get back into action in just a moment. Glad to have everybody be a part here on the stream. If you're new on the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball games, play-by-play of NBA games, also college hoops as well here on the stream as well. Tomorrow night, I plan on being back. It's going to be Bucks against Hawks, game number 2. And then I plan on as well being back for game 4 on Saturday between the Suns and the Clippers. Quick update, Paul George has got 25, as they had, so I was a point behind last time I updated. He's got 25, he leads the way for PG-13, 25 points along with 13 rebounds, the top scorer tonight in this game. 4 players in double figures for the Clippers, 15 points by Zubac, going to the free throw line on 5 separate occasions. He's got 13 rebounds, along for being 9 for 10 from the charity stripe. 13 points by Reggie Jackson, 12 points by Terrence Mann, a big factor in the early stages of the third quarter. Yeah, I heard about that. That is huge for Montreal. If you guys are just hearing right now, the Montreal Canadiens going back to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time ever since 1993. Elaine from Micronesia, welcome on board. Kester, welcome on here. Air Mason, welcome on the channel here, bud. Glad to have you guys be a part here on the stream. Chris Paul and Devin Booker having a rare off type of game today, just combining to shoot the ball 8 for 32 total from the floor. The difference in the second half has been the Clippers' willingness to attack the rim. The Clippers were plus 18 in the third quarter in points in the paint. They flipped the switch from what they were in the first half. When Marcus Morris Sr. makes at least 50% of his shots in the playoffs, the Clippers are a perfect 6-0, and right now he is 2 for 4 from the floor, perfect 2 for 2 from three-point range. So he is feeling it with his first 2 threes made in this game. Some of the games he is either off or he is on. We've seen some terrific games from 3 in this playoffs by Morris back in game number 7 against Dallas. Where he had 7 made threes, a playoff career high for him. Yeah, I might be pulling away from the microphone a little bit. Maybe that's why, Alessandro, when I go to the timeout slide. Also, I'm not covering the game, so I'm not as loud as I am during the timeout, or so than I am when I cover the game. Paul on the stream, welcome in. I'm gonna go for an upset here. So my prediction was the Bucks, but I would like to see Trae Young in the finals, if I had to predict. Dave, welcome in again. Glad to have you guys be a part here. We are back to action. 8.5 left to go, fourth quarter. Crowder will take the 3 straight away. He hits it right out of the timeouts. 8-point game. Suns will not go down without a fight. 10-0 run by Phoenix in the last 2 minutes. This game has been a game of runs. The Clippers went on to a 21-3 run at one point in the third quarter. Jackson has the ball, edge of the Staples Center, logo at the C. He's defended by Booker. Dribbles down the lane for Jackson. Puts it up, no good off the backboard. Tipped up by Zubac and tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Zubac, it will be Phoenix possession. 8 minutes left to go. Paul, Crowder, Booker, Aiden, and Johnson. That's the 5 in the court currently for the Suns. Paul dribbles at the right elbow, back outside of Crowder. Moves it out to Paul. 8 on the shot clock. He slows it down. Open at the 3-point arc. Will take it straight away and missed. Kennard comes up with a defensive rebound. Clippers with a possession approaching 7.5 left to go. George got space. Takes it. No good off the back rim as Johnson flopped defending George. Phoenix comes up with a defensive rebound under 7.5 remaining. Suns have it. Booker at the right elbow. Back outside of CP3. Moves over to Booker. Booker attacks the lane. Splits defenders up and in off the backboard. That's good by Devin Booker. Cuts it to a 6-point game. Devin Booker now currently, he's got himself 15 points, part of the 12-0 Phoenix run, and over the last 3 minutes plus. Kennard at the right wing, bounce pass into the hands to George. Moves it out to Jackson out his outstretched fingertips. Crowder will chase it, but the ball rolls all the way back to the backcourt and out of bounds. The Clippers turn it over, and this will be Phoenix possession as the Suns are trailing by 6. Down by as many as 18 points. On a 21-3 run in the third quarter by the Clippers, the Phoenix Suns have pulled win in 2 possessions and have a chance here off the inbound to make it even closer. Phoenix looks to inbound. Paul at the baseline, gives it off to Aiden. Aiden hands it off to Booker, dribbles right corner, dumps it out, but wrong player. Zubac comes up with a steal. Over to Jackson, down the lane, finishes, up and in with a right hand. Lays it in for 2 by Reggie Jackson. 2 points off the turnover there for the Clippers. Suns will try it again. 6:25 in the fourth. CP3 at the top of the key, defended by PG-13. Gets around him. Chris Paul dribbles. Right baseline. Back out to the right corner. Defended by Zubac. Step back three in the air. Gets knocked down. No call. And the Clippers will come up with a defensive rebound. Approaching 6:05 left to go. Back outside. Open three. Jackson. Bang, bang. He delivers for Reggie for the perimeter three. Clippers by 11. Timeout taken by Phoenix on the floor. The Suns got 3 timeouts remaining. Clippers with 2. And a huge momentum swing of the game. The steal by Zubac. The pass up the court that led to the bucket by LA. And then Chris Paul took the 3-point shot, no call as he got knocked down. The rest said play on. They've been letting them play all throughout the night. Pass up the court to Jackson, wide open 3 at the left wing. He takes it on a break and delivers for the triple. Huge point swing like that. The Clippers on a run themselves. 5-0 run up by 11 as the Suns drew one in 6, but now the Clippers lead at 94-83. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after the timeout with 6:02 left to play. What a game, everybody. If you're new on the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much, everybody, for being a part in the stream tonight. I cover basketball games, play-by-play of NBA games, also college hoops as well when it comes back on in November. Man, what a game here that we have had. An 18-point lead by the Clippers almost got dwindled down to a 4 or a 3-point lead at one point. It was the Clippers by 6, 89-83, and then now the Clippers go on a 5-zip run themselves. And this has been a game of runs. Phoenix went on a 12-0 run to pull themselves within 6, down by 18. The Clippers before that had gone on to a 21-3 run, with Terrence Mann being a big factor early in the third quarter off of a couple of big putbacks underneath. Actually, it usually doesn't, Fun Catalog. Great question, man. It never does. I just try to pace myself. The big key for me is not to yell. To sound excited but not to yell, because if you yell, you're gonna throw out everything and not be able to talk in the morning. So the big key during my streams is to pace myself throughout the game and get excited for the big moments. Thanks so much, Brett, for being a part here, brother. You guys are awesome tonight. Bernard, welcome to the stream. Check out the Behind the Arc Basketball channel merchandise. That link is posted out in the chat. Check it out if you guys would like. We got some pretty cool stuff out there. Short sleeve and long sleeve shirts, iPhone cases, pillows, stickers, and sweatshirts. I usually don't do like live events or so. It's just streams usually. Majority of the stuff's basketball games for NBA and college. From time to time, I do cover for members and mods. Could be like an NFL game or a NASCAR race or a Major League Baseball game for a couple of special live streams. What the memberships get you, that link is pinned to the chat. What the memberships gets you is shout-outs for every single one of my live streams. And it also gets you special live stream access to those non-basketball related sports at least once per month. Hey, thanks so much, Fun Catalog. Yeah, you guys are great. Really appreciate it. So we are back into action. Phoenix down by 11. They had this game right in control. They were making a comeback in it, and they were trailing by 6, and now the Clippers on a 5-0 run. Phoenix has the ball. Booker turns the corner. It is Booker, Paul, Aiden, Bridges, and Crowder. The 5 in the court for Phoenix. Jumper no good by Booker off the back rim. LA will come up with a defensive rebound as they dribble past half court. The Clippers will slow it down. Jackson, Paul George, Marcus Morris, Patrick Beverly is out there as well, along with Zubac. Missed 3 at the top of the key, no good by George. Defensive rebound picked up by the Suns. They'll put one over the top. Paul over to Aiden. Couldn't finish off the glass. Missed. Tough defense by the Clippers. They've tightened up. They lost control of it in their backcourt, though. PG-13 lost it in the backcourt. It will go back to Phoenix. John, welcome back into the membership here. Glad to have you back in the stream, bud. Let's get that member hype out for John on the stream. Hope everything is going well, man. Right baseline dribble. Jumper. Missed another shot. No good by Devin Booker. Devin Booker's missed 16 shots from the floor. He has scored 15 points. He is 5 for 21 shooting. We have 5:08 left to go in the fourth quarter. There was a whistle picked up as the Clippers try to bring it up the court. Clippers will be, next time around, they'll be in the bonus. LA has possession. 5 minutes left to go. At the left wing, George moves it out top of the key. Jackson. Back over to George. Gives it off to Zubac. All alone as he passes back outside to George. Left wing perimeter. 7 on the shot clock. And Crowder picks up the reach and foul. It will put Paul George at the free throw line in the bonus, shooting 2 for LA. So George will head to the free throw line in just a moment. Devin Booker having a tough game. Though there was a little bit of pushing before that George got away with. He pushed Crowder and he got away with a no call. And Jay Crowder picked up his 6th personal foul. So Jay Crowder is done for the game. He has just fouled out. First free throw is good by George. Clippers by 12. They lead at 95-83. Ethel on the stream, welcome in. Markin on the stream, welcome on board. If you guys are new in the channel, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Isaiah's welcome in from Connecticut again. Saw you earlier, glad to have you back in the stream. Chat moves by fast. Second free throw is good by George. PG-13, top scorer tonight. Clippers are 20 for 24 at the free throw line. George has got 27 points in 40 minutes. Under 5 minutes left to play. Phoenix with the ball. CP3 back out to the top. Booker passes left corner. Catch and fire. Bridges. No good. Missed the 3 off the back rim. And defensive rebound snagged by George. That is rebound number 15 by PG-13. 4.5 left to go. Moves out to Beverly. Passes out to the top to Jackson. Jackson will slow it down with 4:25 remaining. Jackson gets around the pick set by Zubac as he dribbles down the lane, floats it up, no good off the front rim, and it will be Chris Paul now with the ball. CP3 dribbles, pump fake, defended by Beverly, back outside to Johnson. Moves it off to Paul at the top. Paul on Beverly. 10 on the shot clock. Switched by Morris now. Paul, top of the key for CP3. Dribbles. Jumper. Deep 2. No good. Off the mark. Missed the 18-footer straight away. Defensive rebound picked up by the Clippers under 4 minutes left to go. LA by 13. They kick it out wide. George launches from 3. Missed no good. Off the fingertips of Zubac into the hands to Bridges. Phoenix now with the ball. Booker takes up the court and a reach and fall assessed to Beverly. Darian on the stream, welcome on board, being a part here. Deshaun, thanks so much for supporting here, being a part of the channel here, brother. Before you sign off tonight, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and thanks so much, everybody, for joining in and all the new people here. 3:40 left to go in the fourth quarter. Phoenix will get the inbound coming up in their front court at the near side at their right wing perimeter. Terrence Mann will check back into the game. It will be Marcus Morris Sr. who checks out of the game. Paul gives it off to Booker. Booker dribbles, attacks the lane, kicks out, left corner, 3 in the air. Gets it. That is good by Mikal Bridges. Back to a 10-point game. Clippers have possession under 3.5 remaining. Jackson signals the offense. 10 on the shot clock. Bounce pass to George towards his right. Down the lane, he dribbles. Kick out to Jackson, got space, takes the three. Splashes, that's good. The whole crowd erupts as that is a triple by Reggie Jackson. Reggie Jackson with a 3-ball, and that is his third main 3 of the game. He's got 21 on the board. Aiden powers his way inside, rolls down to the bucket, receives the pass, and scores. Clippers by 11. Under 3 minutes left to go in the fourth quarter. Jackson will slow it down again. Now attacks the lane on Johnson. Pump fake. Puts it up over Cam Johnson. Make it 23 by Reggie. Clippers first one to triple digits tonight. Down 0-2 twice. Came back and won. We'll see how this series plays out through the course of it. Turnover by Phoenix. Phoenix struggling with the turnovers lately. That is turnover number 10. Back out left corner. Beverly takes the 3 and drills it. An eruption of 3-point shooting here in the second half for LA. Timeout taken on the floor by Phoenix with 2:20 left to go. Exactly what I predicted at the end of halftime. Who was going to adjust more in the second half? I saw that the Clippers shot the ball at around 21% at halftime in this game. That number has boosted up now to 34% as a team, and it's gone all the way from making 4 threes in the first half to now 12 threes total in this game. An eruption of threes by the Clippers, especially in the fourth quarter. And we got 2:20 left to go in the fourth, and the Clippers, they lead it by 16 on this timeout. Let's go, everybody. 2.5K out on the stream. If you guys are new to the channel, hit the thumbs up. Spike the like, hit the subscribe. Clippers in the third quarter, big key. Attacking the rim, getting to the bucket. They were minus 14 at halftime in points in the paint. They flipped the switch the other way, plus 18 at the end of the third. They were leading the points in the paint category 34-30 at the end of 3. Phoenix leading points in the paint right now 40-38, but the barrage of threes, it has been getting underway here at the Staples Center for the number 1 3-point shooting team this season from 3-point range with the LA Clippers. Doing pretty well. Welcome in Rainer Drain in the stream. Win-win. Welcome to the stream here. What a game, everybody. Corey, glad to have you back on the channel. Can't give up in with these Clippers. Down 0-2 twice. W. 2 minutes and 10 seconds away in the fourth quarter for this one. Becoming another W in game number 3 for LA. Paul, jumper, 15-footer, hits it right out of the timeout. That is good. Clippers by 14, they'll slow it down. Jackson, Zubac, Beverly, George, and Mann. 5 in the court for the Clippers, 5 in the court for the Suns. Cam Johnson, Devin Booker, CP3, Aiden, and Bridges. As Jay Crowder has fouled out with 6 personal fouls. They pass over to Beverly, turns the corner in the key, turnaround, hook, gets it. That is good by Pat Beverly. LA once again up by 16. Pat Beverly is 3 for 8 from the floor. He scores point number 8. Minute 33 left to go in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a terrific series. Pat Beverly will substitute out of the game with a minute 33 left to go. Paul George will check out of this game here, as they will get the reserves in for the Clippers. What a game by LA. The Clippers trailing by 2 at halftime. Paul George splits the lane, throws it down with a right-handed slam dunk to give the Clippers the momentum right out of the gate at the end of halftime into the third quarter. They outscored Phoenix 34-21, and then at the end of 3, Paul George hits a half-court buzzer beater to send the Clippers to keep on rolling into the fourth quarter and outscoring Phoenix in the fourth 26-23 currently. Pass underneath, that is good. Phoenix finishes with a layup. Final minute left to go, approaching the mark. Clippers by 14. Kennard launches at the left wing. No good, hit the rim short. Defensive rebound picked by Saric. The reserves into the game. Final minute left to go. Phoenix down by 14. Etuan Moore dribbles at the free throw circle. Floats it up and no good. Missed off the mark. Clippers will pick up with a defensive rebound. 45 seconds left to go. They will slow it down with Kennard. The crowd on its feet at the Staples Center. This is going to be one remarkable series. Never count out these Clippers. Missed shot, no good by Kennard at the free throw circle. Ball goes back to Phoenix, 25 seconds left to go. Craig will launch a 3 at the right wing, off the mark, no good. The Clippers will get the ball back in the final 20 seconds. They will slow it down. Shot clock is turned off. Whole crowd up on their feet to cheer on the LA Clippers in a full packed Staples Center. In the biggest game in franchise history so far, the Clippers respond with another Game 3 W. They do it tonight. 106-102 the final for LA. Down 0-2 3 times in a row. W. We'll see how this series plays out throughout the course of this playoff series. It will be at the Staples Center once again for game number 4 on Saturday night. Same time for that game, 9 o'clock Eastern time, 9 a.m. Sunday in the Philippines for a 12-hour difference. And what a game. Paul George hits a buzzer beater 3 at half court at the end of the third quarter. He was the top scorer tonight, 27 points, 15 rebounds, 8 assists, playing 43 minutes. The most minutes out of anybody on the court tonight, and the Clippers defense gets all the credit in the world. Clippers defense holds Phoenix to 39% shooting from the floor. And then where they were getting wrecked, first 2 games, points in the paint by Phoenix. Phoenix through 2 games was plus 50 in points in the paint. Tonight the Suns are only plus 2, 42-40 in points in the paint. Crazy game, everybody, going down between these two teams tonight. And the Clippers getting it to the basket. The big difference in the second half, they were down by 2 at halftime. And then they come back and they outscore Phoenix in the second half. They outscored the Suns by 16 total points in the second half. And Reggie Jackson, too. He keeps on having big games, stepping up. Another 20-plus point game for Reggie Jackson. 9 for 17, 3 for 8 from the floor, 23 points. Number 2 scorer right behind PG-13 for Reggie Jackson. Zubac was a difference maker. Zubac low-key was terrific. 15 points, 16 rebounds, went to the free throw line on 5 separate occasions where he shot the ball 9 for 10 at the charity stripe tonight. And the big key in this game, Clippers, getting Phoenix into early foul trouble. And this is how they won the game, is that they had to pull out DeAndre Ayton for quite a bit of time in the game. Jay Crowder fouled out. And Devin Booker picked up 4 personal fouls in the second half as well. So that's a wrap here to this one. The Clippers will not go down without a fight. We've got a series now, as that was a pivotal Game 3. Clippers wanted it more. 106-92 the final. Before we do wrap up, we're going to get to the members thank you slide here for the member shoutouts. If anybody would like to become a channel member, it's as low as $1.99 per month to become a channel member. What the memberships get you is shoutouts for every single one of my live streams. Also special access to special live streams I cover at least once per month of a non-basketball related game. Could be like an NFL game or a NASCAR race or a Major League Baseball game. And that link to the memberships is pinned to the chat. It's also posted in the description below this video. So we're going to thank the channel members out here as we got Jack, Jason, Warren, Raven, the sports expert, Aaron, Superman, Man and Hayes, Dennis, Russell, Mark. New back in the membership again. We welcome in John tonight, rejoining the membership. Appreciate Bud. Old Ed Deuce, D-Block, Cindy, Rajeep, Oscar, RGR Football Fan. RGR Football Fan 2.0, C-Dub 2K, BP Greg, Magic, Bino, Melvin Lee, Jay, Caden, TGU, James, Oreo Pudding, Adam, Mr. Mundre, Jacob, Abdu Rahman, Kelly, Mike, Rashad, and Alden. Thanks so much, everyone, for being a part here in the stream tonight. I plan on being back tomorrow for game number 2. It will be Bucks against Hawks. We'll see how Milwaukee responds as the Bucks are down 0-1 in the series after a massive game last night by Trae Young, dropping down 48 points with Atlanta winning last night's game. We'll see what goes on tomorrow as I plan on being back tomorrow. Feel free to join me in for Bucks against Hawks. Thanks so much, guys, for being a part here in the stream. We're going to wrap up. The Clippers take Game 3 as they have taken all the Game 3s so far in the playoffs. 106-92 the final in favor of LA. Thanks so much, everyone, and enjoy the rest of their night as this is Behind the Arc Basketball. Signing off.